Hello, everyone, and welcome to my slightly belated Halloween pick for this year.
Slightly.
This is Harry. Yes, this is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, released in 2002, and once again directed by Chris Columbus. And this time, we actually remembered that Tia is a Harry Potter fan.
Hello, more into it when we actually start.
Okay.
Hold on this before we start. I would like to say our audience, the version we're watching here is the extended edition that can be found on the American Blu-ray release. It's a director's cut, I'm guessing, and it has some little extra details from the book that I'm sure the Harry Potter purists will appreciate.
Not just the purist, everyone.
Sure. I know, but
only this edition. So...
I'm just saying that I was perfectly happy with the original cut, so I don't.
And a golden rule of Squirm Comms is if there's an extended edition, we're going to do that.
Yeah,
accept no substitutes, only the longest and the thickest.
Not just that, but I was about to say, if you're European, you have two options. One, the Blu-rays are usually region free. So you can probably import it from Amazon.com and you can still play it. That's what I did for Aladdin, because the Aladdin Blu-ray never came out outside of America, but I still imported and got it and can play fine. So you can import that, unless of course if you don't rely on Netflix or anything, because digital services are usually region specific. So I'm pretty sure the extended edition will not be available on European Netflixes. So there's the internet. Use it. So.
Okay, let's get this started then.
Go ahead.
Before the Warner Bros. Logo.
Yeah, for Warner Brothers. 3, 2, 1, click. And the first for the Harry Potter series, they actually integrate the Warner Brothers logo into the movie.
Cool.
Also, I'm gonna say my relationship with the Harry Potter franchise is, well, as big as it can get. It's from the start. I actually read the books before the movies came out. And, some of them came in tandem with the movies, but they were the later ones. But I actually stopped watching the movies after Goblet of Fire for different reasons. First, I was growing up a bit, so I didn't have more time for cinema in general. And the other was that Order of the Phoenix is my least favorite book anyway. But more on later. We start in generic English suburbia.
Well, that's what the Dudleys are all about. Being as generic and normal.
Yes, it's sorry. It's sorry.
It's a little place called Sorry.
Well, Sorry is actually a real place.
Yep.
I'll be quite honest. This is quite possibly my favorite of the Harry Potter movies.
Same. I know Chris Columbus directed a lot of shit recently, but there's still a lot of charm to these first two movies. And I think it's important because they were the cornerstones of the entire franchise. So they needed to establish a strong phase.
Not to say that later...
The Prisoner of Azkaban is my favorite.
Not to say that later Harry Potter films aren't nearly as iconic, but... let's just say they kind of changed a bit to the point where it's kind of not recognizable.
Okay, there's one thing I want to mention. Damn, Daniel Radcliffe's voice dropped after just 1 year.
And yet he's still pretty small.
Puberty.
It's the same Haley Joel Osment situation, Dwiz. If you compare Haley's Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora voice with the later games, like
except Shade of Memories.
So some of the those are some of the biggest ball. That's one of the biggest effects of ball dropping ever.
Yeah, I thought, considering the time gap, I thought they changed the voice actor or something.
It's kind of like, didn't that kind of thing happen with the first movie, actually, Shiori, to the point where they had to get in Harry's voice actor from the first...
during the filming for the first
movie. Hey, Shiori, look at the bright side. At the very least, it was from one game to another. In Sword in the Stone, the kid they got to play the main character dropped his balls in mid-production, and we can actually notice that throughout the movie.
Yeah.
so that's
also fun trivia. The Italian voice actor for Harry actually processed the same thing because he started also as very young, but then got through puberty at the same time than Radcliffe went. Anyway, to get back on the movie, the Dursley are still dicks because potatoes.
They've always been dicks, and they always will be dicks. So.
Yeah.
My guess is J.K. Rowling.
Straight out of Stephen King.
My guess is. So go ahead.
Okay, a couple of things. First of all, hi Dobby. I look forward to you being a little I look for it to be more tolerable than Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 1. And also, I want to mention the music score in this film. It's still by John Williams, but because 2002 was quite a busy year for him, he was doing Attack of the Clones, the Spielberg films that came out that year. So he had to bring in one of his usual arrangers, William Ross, to adapt scores from adapt the rest of the score from the first film and conduct the orchestra. So I mean, I like the score overall, but considering half of it's just reused, it does knock it down a point or two.
To be fair, don't a lot of franchises have, sequels that reuse music and stuff from previous?
Yeah, I know, but it kind of sounds. I know, but not in the case of they sound exactly from the first movie, like they just ripped the score from it.
It never really came off like that to me. I'll be quite honest. Maybe it's just me being used to John Williams' iconic themes being repeated across movies, but
also,
I thought that this was part of the course.
Yeah, in case you need some tidbits on the lore, on the deepest lore, that race, forgot what it's called, the domestic elves, house elves, they're essentially quote-unquote servants because they're complete slaves on high-class mages.
And considering
if they mess up, they feel the need to punish themselves.
And considering when we learn who this particular house master is, especially in later movies, it's no wonder that this particular house elf behaves kind of like a mistreated
We'll actually
child.
find out by the end of this movie who his owner is.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
True,
but we also even learn just the full extent of that person's life in later movies. But
apparently this motherfucker is the entire reason Harry's not receiving the letters, and this guy doesn't want him to go back to Hogwarts.
Basically, there's someone. Basically, he's trying to protect him. Actually, there's someone who wants to harm Harry. Gee, no fucking surprise.
I wonder. Also, again, congratulations, Harry. You're the second year of Hogwarts, and you're already in deep shit more than the previous year.
Yeah.
Also, this is a really long book.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's a Chris Columbus close.
Don't forget, Theo. It's okay. He's the director's pet, so it's okay.
So basically, if you can't tell that they're saying that Chris Columbus was the guy who made Home Alone, there's your
Well, actually, let me correct myself. The correct term for here. Don't worry, Theo. He's Hogwarts' principal pet anyway.
Toy.
Yeah, pet, as in his favorite student. So obviously he gets a pass.
Also, I forgot, what's the name of the sadly passed late actor of Vernon?
Richard Griffiths. And funnily enough, I've actually seen something else he's been in. He was in a detective show called Pie in the Sky.
Wait, hold on.
I just love his performance because it looks like his face is about to explode every sentence.
Yeah.
He must have passed away recently.
Yeah, it was a few years ago. And also, speaking of passing away, this was the last film in which we saw Richard Harris play Dumbledore, because he passed away a few days before the film premiered.
Yep.
And so we got Michael Gambon afterwards.
Didn't we also have a third Dumbledore?
No. We're getting a third Dumbledore in the Fantastic Beasts.
Oh boy, time for shenanigans.
Remember when Ian McKellen was offered the role of Dumbledore?
Yeah,
remember,
but he was too busy.
Well, also
he turned it down apparently in respect of the old actor who, did they have a rivalry or something?
What happened was Ian McKellen turned down the role to be the new Dumbledore because Richard Harris once called him a dreadful actor.
Oh. Also, random note, that cake does not look appetizing.
Yeah, it's just your generic. It's just your generic Hollywood, the good looking.
It's iconic.
I mean, I like cake, and I like cakes that like people do art with cakes, basically. But that just looks like chemicals.
So, Shiri, by any chance, are you implying that the cake is alive?
It's iconic. It's iconic rich people food. Wonderful to look at, terrible to taste. Actually, not even the best to look at.
I'm trying to remember where exactly is. Sorry.
Maybe thinking those hand motions isn't the best thing to do. It kind of makes you look like you're
Yeah.
the one behind it.
You're going
And
to
seeing as how
incriminate
this is a
yourself.
Chris Columbus film, it kind of is setting up yourself for there we go.
They would have blamed him either way, even if he wasn't even if he didn't follow Dobby downstairs. They would have blamed
But now
him
he's
for it
still
anyway.
incriminated himself. Also, yeah, sorry he's near London.
No, but it will really matter because according to the rule of this universe, wizards are kind of protected in a sense, but the young ones can go to school without muggles interfering in this case, but because we need to get some kind of conflict at the beginning, we just conveniently forget that.
See,
Also, how's no one noticing this? If someone saw him locking Harry in with
Yeah,
balls
this is child abuse. The Dudleys
Yeah.
should be arrested by muggles.
Is he calling the police?
you know, one thing I should point out, in the book, the reason the Dursleys treated him like this was because when that magical act happened, he received a letter that, was basically the Ministry giving him a warning about performing magic like that. So that gave
Well,
But still, that doesn't justify their actions, for
Oh,
goodness sake.
sure. The last thing I'm going to do is try and justify anything the Dursleys do. What I'm saying is, the only reason they started treating him like this was because they now knew that he couldn't retaliate because, he was not allowed to use magic.
Suddenly, Weasley Ex Machina.
And to be fair, Shiroi, this is the same family who...
Hey, Tio, don't you mean Weasley ex Anglia?
Whatever. Anyway, remember, Shiroi, in the first book, this is the same family who traveled as far as a lighthouse out in the middle of a storming sea just to try and get away from mail-delivering owls.
Yeah.
Well, why not
They don't-
just send him to the school then? What kind of logic is that? You wanted to stop, send him to the bloody school.
Not just
Because
Shiroi, they need to feel in control or something.
My guess is, Shiroi, J.K. Rowling grew up, of course, well, not so much. Okay, let me.
She's probably like Akira Ino. She probably had an abusive childhood, and she wanted to.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say she probably grew up with a lot of. Okay, maybe not grew up. She's a big fan of movies like American fantasy films from the late '80s and early '90s. Those who always have.
You're so determined to not let him go.
Don't you want him out of your hair since you hate
Yeah.
magic this much?
I mean, if he's not around, he can't.
And
do
Vernon
magic.
died. Congratulations, Weasleys! You murdered someone.
Actually,
thankfully there was enough shrubbery to cushion his fall.
Nice, he's fine.
Actually, let's come up with a better theory. J.K. Rowling is probably a big fan of Roald Dahl's work.
Roald Dahl.
Yeah.
Because Roald Dahl does a lot of kid characters who are also tormented by their father/uncle/whatever.
So we leave
Parents
Sorry
in,
behind.
Parents in children's fantasy fiction really suck.
And now
It's to make the kids look good by comparison, I'm guessing.
I think. This looks like
Oh, right, the Weasley's house.
The burrow.
Oh no!
Not the pigs!
No, the pigs are okay. I'm going to look up the filming locations actually because this is the last time they actually filmed. When we get to Hogwarts, it's actually the last time they filmed Hogwarts in the set from the first movie.
No, Harry, this is not a Disney movie. Turn away.
Because from the third film, they moved somewhere else.
Why?
Because because the new place was bigger or something. I don't know.
Huh?
Also,
That's gotta be helpful.
They put tracking on their children. Damn.
Apparently.
Well, they've always had that. Clock, I think.
Oh, apparently.
I can't remember, but I think according to the books, it'll even tell you if one of them has died.
Hello.
Also, funnily enough, speaking of directors from earlier, also hi Molly. Frank Oz was actually asked to direct the film, but he wasn't interested. So they got Columbus back.
Of course.
So who's the one playing Molly here, Dwibs?
She's played by Julie Walters, I think. Hang on, let me check.
Also, this is
Julie Walters.
Hello, Jeannie.
Funny thing.
I'm just gonna ignore you for now, please.
Yeah. Funny enough about Julie Walters. She was in this thing on Channel 4 last year, where she played the wife of Hagrid.
Wait. Hagrid has a wife?
No. It's something called National Treasure. It's a drama, and basically, Molly's married to Hagrid in that show, because in that show we also got Robbie Coltrane, who plays a comedian who is in the show accused of sexually abusing people.
Wait, hold on. Is that like a parody of the Harry Potter lore or something?
No. It's based off the stuff we had in the UK earlier in the decade.
So she just happens to be married to some guy named Hagrid in that one. There's no relation to Harry Potter whatsoever.
No, the actor, Jova.
The actors are the same.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, so the actors are the same.
Yeah.
Oh, very good, Weaves. That's the one I was referencing the other time.
Also, yeah, hey, Tio, it's that guy from the Matt Smith era of Doctor Who.
Yeah, it's Rory. It's Rory's father, I think.
Yeah, Rory's dad. And funny enough, he was actually one of my favorite. I think it was actually one of the better Stephen Moffat characters during his era.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Dweebs and Shiri. Since you know better about this, because I haven't read the details. What happened to Percy in later stories? Did he just go away or something?
He graduated.
He graduated, but he eventually comes back in the finale.
No. He appeared briefly in the 5th film.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Actually, is he ever brought back in the final film?
I don't know. Also, yeah, flu powder. Now going to see how flu powder works.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah, don't say it wrong,
I
otherwise you'll
don't
end
know.
up.
This sounds a bit impractical. I know teleportation and shit may be cool, but I don't know.
Hey,
It's
at
voice
least
recognition, of course, it's bound to be a bit.
But you see,
know,
too, this is all. Being a wizard is all about your ego. You have to do the spells that best show off how flashy your spells are.
Boy,
So you're telling me, Pedro,
I love
this makes sense.
Hang on, sorry, Tio, I love this bit.
Sure.
Okay, which
That
way
was
did
a
he
bit
go?
far.
That's not even remotely close to what they said. Come on,
Also,
Harry.
Pedro,
Where's
this
he
is
even going
exactly
anyway?
this is
going
exactly like King's Quest 3. He fucked up the formula, and now this happens.
Is he going? Is
Yeah.
he going northwest or southwest?
But yeah, that wasn't even remotely close to what they said, Harry. Come on.
Hey, Dwibs, it's not like wizards have this other way to conveniently teleport with several people with them.
They can't learn that. They can't learn that yet, Jova.
Here's the thing, though. Not everyone needs to learn to know that. You just have
And
to
also-
hang on to the person.
Yeah, how misspelling teleports him actually to Nocturnal instead?
Harry, you might not want to touch that.
Again, he went diagonally, so
They should just
maybe.
They should just since that was green fire anyway. They should just do what Maleficent
Harry.
does. They just merge yourself in green fire, and you'll
Don't
magically
touch the hand, Harry.
magically show up
Why would you touch
Top to
somewhere.
the hand.
Well, gee, that was totally a good idea.
Touching something looking like that and a dodgy looking shot. Wow, I'm surprised something.
Hey,
happened.
Draco.
I'm surprised.
Oh boy.
Oh, also hi, Draco.
Yeah.
Draco's such a
Soon,
That's an Iron Maiden, Harry.
soon
Draco.
we're going to be.
Draco's such
We're
a
going to come
pussy.
across an actor who we've been running into recently. Hi, Jason Isaacs.
Hello, Satan.
And he actually gets to use his British
Son.
accent for a change.
No joke, Shiri. He actually voices Satan in the Castlevania Lords of Shadow games.
Really?
Yes.
Oh. I think you're making a joke about his character.
Satanis.
Pedro, not for nothing. But...
It's a running gag, Dwebs. Running gag in our
yeah, I know,
stuff.
but we don't want the running gag going on too long.
Fair point.
But that's the point of a running
That's
gag.
the point of a running gag, Dwebs.
Well,
Oh,
I gotta
no
say
wonder
that, Joe, it's weird watching Jason Isaacs in Star Trek recently, and then suddenly going back to him being a baddie.
mm-hmm. Wait, he plays the good guy in that show?
Yeah, he's the captain of the ship there.
Muggle protection.
Also, that wig must be really heavy.
Yeah. Also, oh come on!
Once,
You don't let Jason Isaacs use his Liverpool accent for shame.
for
Oh
once,
no, that would take away from this, I think. Honestly,
So let me get
I'm sure there's a way you can make Liverpool accent sound
So
intimidating.
Dweebs, let me get
I
this
don't
straight.
think so.
Dweebs,
Yes, Theo?
let me get this straight. By selling these items to the black market, he deliberately sets them up in family houses he wants to target, so they're gonna be targeted by the ministry or something.
I guess.
can't we just for once find a wizard shop that is not incredibly shitty and incredibly suspicious with both salesmen and people in it? Come
That's
on.
what Diagon Alley is for.
But there's one thing at least. At least
Thanks.
Malfoy, at least Lucius is a semi. At least Lucius Malfoy is a semi-decent father, and telling him not to touch what doesn't belong to him. So
Gotta love how he took the occasion to subtract some money.
yeah, that's sad. He's a better father figure than Vernon Dursley.
Yeah.
Like, that's hard.
A villain is a better father figure than just
The
some
Death Eater,
prick.
a guy who kills people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers, Theo,
Ow.
by the way.
I'm sure that
I heard the door open. Should I go out and investigate?
Nah.
You know what's interesting?
Oh.
never mind.
You know what's interesting? When we came down to, I think it was...
Okay. My suspension of disbelief is broken. Somebody actually doesn't recognize the famous Harry
Not just
Potter?
that, he just lets him go because he apologizes.
Also, yeah, that's one from the extended cut, I'm guessing, because that didn't happen, did it?
Actually, I think
Also,
that did
I love-
happen
I
in the
love how this
original
is
Hello,
cut.
just-
T-Win.
I love how this is just clearly the Diagon Alley set, just tinted darker a little.
You sure?
Looks like it.
Oh, so this is the Wizard World equivalent of New York Central Park. Okay.
The black market.
Also, bad touch.
Hello, Hagrid.
Thank God for Hagrid.
Also, what are you doing here, Hagrid?
Good question.
So we
Harry's
were
gonna ask
not
him.
JK needed a way to get him out of this situation, so...
Don't worry, Stuart. Harry's going to ask him in a bit.
So get it, we were in Nocturne Alley, Pedro. The evil, nighttime, so subtle alley.
I mean,
Yeah, I like how next to this bright alley is that dark, dingy kind of like entire area.
honestly, Shiroi...
My cabbages!
Speaking of the Diagon Alley set, I'd like to mention, in between doing the first movie and this one, I actually went to both the Harry Potter tour in London, the studio tour, and the Harry Potter part of the Universal theme park in Florida.
Oh, nice. How did you go on the ride?
Yeah, well, the one where you're in Hogwarts and you go riding around everywhere.
Also, I keep forgetting that Emma Watson was so short.
Yeah. Also,
Also, you were saying, Pedro?
Also, I don't know, Shiroi. Like, even in the first movie, the guy who gave us
there it is.
the guy who gave us R1 had pedophile written all over him. So I'm even this bright corridor is not exactly goody shoes for me. Like, all wizard shops in this series are incredibly suspicious and dodgy.
Well,
Oh, and hey, funny, ladies and gentlemen, Kenneth Branagh goes Gilderoy
Gilderoy
Lockhart.
Lockhart.
Funny, because I actually saw the Merge on the Orient Express.
Much like with a lot of other characters in this franchise, his name was actually changed in the Italian version to reflect the pun on his name.
Also, this dude is the only reason my mum will sit through this Harry Potter film.
Well, because
Really?
Kenneth Branagh is in it.
So, and ironically, Shiroi, what the character represents, actually convinced as a straw man of your mother to watch the movie. Ironic.
So your mom is a Kenneth Branagh fan. All right.
oh, speaking of Kenneth
funny-
Branagh fans,
Gonna love Rose face.
Funnily enough, for Pedro, in a future, I don't know if it was the next film or a later one, apparently they had Kenneth Branagh on a shortlist to direct one of them.
That would work.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to have seen that. But since he's a director too, but
Enjoy.
yeah.
Aw.
Also, hey, have all my books free because, contrary to what you believe,
Publicity.
Harry, I do have some copies left over.
well, conveniently, those are also books that he needs for his next year at Hogwarts.
Yeah, because he's going to be the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. Dick.
Yeah.
Also,
Just
hey,
vote
I saw you.
already.
I saw you earlier.
Quite a bit.
Life is not all about you, Draco.
Foreshadowing.
It fucking hurts, Shiro. You have no idea.
Well, at least it's easy to see where Draco got his bedside manner from.
Personal space, dude.
Yeah, if I was gonna kiss him.
You know, I just realized that Harry's scar kind of reminds me of the Neo sign for
Gee,
Neo-Cortex.
I wonder who to which allegiance this guy is from.
Well, Pedro,
Well, to
he
be
has
fair-
a serpent staff. He's literally like Jafar. Come on.
Not to mention, it's mentioned as early as the first book or movie that the Malfoy family were. It was just a rumor, but apparently the Malfoy family may or may not have had deep ties to
You know
Voldemort.
who.
But then again, to be fair, you can kind of consider this as J.K. Rowling's misdirection to make us believe that Snape will also be a bad guy.
Also, I just realized that recently, like 2 or 3 years ago, but I didn't not to when the movies actually came out, but the fact that the Weasley family, despite being technically pure blood, is disrespect is kind of a take on the British dissing the Gingers for so many centuries.
It's more like classism in this case because
Yeah, in this case, but if you notice red hair and shit, so the fact that we're pure blood, but we're still treated like shit just because they so dare to put their nose into Muggle affairs.
Yes, it's actually in the second installment where we find out that there's a term for wizards who have no wizarding parents.
How dare you
So
associate
one
with
thing
them
that happened-
plebs?
So enjoy. We literally have Nazi wizards in this universe. Enjoy.
Oh boy, neo-Nazis.
Oh boy. Huh, surprised they didn't include
Fuck
the part
off
where...
already.
Surprised they didn't include the part where Arthur Weasley tackles Draco's
Oh,
father
like
into a
that
pile
razor.
of bookcases in the book.
Alright, back at King's Cross.
You know,
There's
for
still
the
not been to this particular platform at King's Cross Station.
I wonder if
Yeah.
anyone's actually tried to run into there.
Probably
I
like an
think,
idiot.
I'm not sure, but I think they actually have like.
Oh yeah, sure. Leave Harry for last. I'm sure nothing wrong will happen.
It's okay, their youngest son is there with him.
Alright, let's go. Alright.
This is what happens if you try to do this IRL.
Oh.
And Edwig died. Also, I forgot, Dweebs, wasn't this fat conductor also in the first movie as
Yeah,
well?
he was. Yeah, lost control
Oh,
of the
fuck.
top.
Yeah,
Sure.
the look he gave, fuck off. Like,
Yeah,
Fuck off, mate.
sorry, if you've ever pushed like a luggage trolley, those things are heavy. You couldn't
Yeah.
do that accidentally.
You know,
And they
what?
missed the train.
It's okay. We have a flying car.
Just go wait by. You can't steal it. You'll get in trouble.
we will never download a car.
You know, I love how wizards are supposedly the superior series, and yet they haven't been able to think up of something like a phone. Or heck, use phones.
Or the fact they're so afraid of Muggle guns.
Yeah, that too.
I got no problem with flying this shit.
Oh, good, and since this is the extended version, we actually get to see the scene where muggles see them.
Yeah. What? Wee.
Not as big as Big Ben, but so cool. Nah, I'm
Clearly
sure
haven't
that's
seen
everyday
Back-
life.
They haven't seen Back to the Future, have they?
Yeah. Yeah, where we go, we don't need roads and shit.
And of course, since this would break the plot, it breaks.
Of course.
Well, then again, they're kind of poor, so I
Is
doubt
that-
they could. Sorry, what was that?
Is that a common thing in these cars? The invisibility booster is always the first thing to go?
Well, that's actually the thing, Pedro. The Weasley family may be the only family who has this, because Arthur Weasley is one of the few wizards who's actually so fascinated with quote-unquote Muggle technology that he actually takes
Right,
it
I
apart.
love Ron's face here.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
I
gotta
know, Rupert's facial expressions are some of the best things about these movies.
Yeah,
know, right?
provincial
I'm
school
all
are
for
running
quick
away from
expressions.
things, everybody. There we go.
Why
Actually, they do go off to the side. Ah!
do a barrel roll?
You don't
Which
play
is actually
Star
not a
Wars.
barrel.
But
Use the
yeah.
boost to get through.
How did that happen?
So let's
Do
see,
do
Harry.
you not have child locks on the car or something?
So let's see, Harry. It's only your second year, and you haven't even started school, and you're already in grave danger.
Also, the conductor of the train actually didn't saw them.
Oh,
Also,
it gets
what
even
about
better.
what about all the other students?
I'm gonna make a comment about that a bit later on, actually. But yeah.
Come on, Harry.
Also,
There we
being
go.
the chosen one is never easy, is it?
No.
Yep.
Well, they never mentioned that it would involve
Yeah.
comical but deadly
Yeah,
situations.
Yeah, he found the train.
But yeah, basically, Theo, Arthur Weasley likes to take apart and put together Muggle items and make them magical.
And there's
magical.
Hogwarts again.
We need to have an no, wait, no, never mind.
Yeah. Oh crap.
Oh boy.
You know, what if they crashed into the Great Hall while they
Yeah.
were
That
Dumbledore
would've
giving
been-
He's like,
speech?
oh, what the fuck are you doing?
That would have
Yeah, I
been an
can-
amazing entrance.
Can you imagine how it goes? Hogwarts this year will be host to a new set of...
And Dweebs, and then he morphs temporarily into Goblet of Fire Dumbledore, which shouts his line every 5 seconds.
Oh my god, a tree!
We need this car on Top Gear.
Oh boy, and
Yeah.
Ron's one
Tonight, Harry and Ron fly a car. Harry and Ron crash into the Whomping Willow, and Snape is pissed.
Implying
Ow.
Also,
that he is
Jurassic
ever
Park,
not pissed.
Well, he's played by Alan Rickman, so...
Well,
That and his tragic backstory.
Yeah.
also,
Well-
I see that someone watched Jurassic Park.
I got it, guys. Maybe Chris Columbus wanted to direct Jurassic Park way back when, but he was never able to, so this is the closest he's going to get.
Also, this tree is a dick to both the car and them for no reason.
But hey, on close up, they're doing the tree stuff practically.
Mm-hmm.
believe it or not, there's extra reason for why this tree is so bad.
Well, we won't find that out for another whole movie, so...
Yeah. So I have to wonder though why J.K. Rowling wanted to include the tree in this book. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's awesome and all. but-
Foreshadowing, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that might be it.
Also, gotta love how the car still works after
Okay.
all that beating.
You know,
Funny,
to
the
the-
Harry Potter series never gets much credit for how it uses practical effects and the ones it does use.
boy, I gotta say, those are some awesome guard trees you must have over across the pond.
Get the fuck out of here!
Also, it's that the tree has
Ah, that car!
the tree has aged pretty well in terms of effects.
Yeah.
Well-
even with Dobby, the CGI aged pretty well. I wish it wasn't, but
Man, that car's a dick.
Yeah. All right, I got
Bye.
you. I got you guys here. Now fuck off.
Wait! Wait!
I
No,
forgot
no.
my-
I'm tired
I
of being
forgot-
bashed around
forgot-
trees.
I forgot my iPod on it.
But don't go into there! That's out of
I didn't-
bounds!
I'm getting fed up with being hit by trees and being run over by trains and you abusing my visibility booster, so fuck you, I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Also, they seriously think that no one's gonna notice them.
Well, you know, at least
Well,
it
it's
can't
funny you
get
say that.
possibly any worse from here. Oh no.
Hello. Rays of
Hello.
Castamere starts playing in the
Hey.
background.
Hey, it's the Doctor.
It's a Satan. It's a satanic kitty though. It has red eyes. So
Also, I like.
But
this
he's still
delivery.
cute.
Which
You like
doctor?
Glossary? So,
I said I like that delivery.
That's
Yeah.
great.
David Bradley's awesome with this. Anyway, basically, Jova, David Bradley, the actor there, he's going to be playing the first Doctor in the upcoming Doctor Who Christmas special.
How nice.
Also, this is what I wanted to make a comment about. Snape just said you were seen by no less than 7 Muggles. You pulled this crap in central London. A few thousand people would have seen you.
You know,
Regularly.
honestly, if they only got spotted by around 7 Muggles, maybe you should
That's
be
bullshit.
congratulating
That's total
them.
bullshit.
Like, London's like the equivalent to New York City, the city that never sleeps.
Maybe if you were flying over
Isn't that Las
Kent
Vegas?
or something, then maybe. But
No, Pedro. Las Vegas is the city of casinos. New York
I
City
thought
is...
Las Vegas was the city of lights.
I thought that was Paris.
I love how he points the
Yeah.
finger.
but that's a city of love or something.
Basically, New York City is the Big Apple and the city that never sleeps. I guess you could call Las Vegas the city of lights, though. Oh, hey, McGonagall.
Avada Kedavra.
Played by...
Maggie Smith, legendary actress. Legendary actress, which gets all the respect I can give.
Yeah.
Well, she's also in Downton Abbey more recently.
Yeah, much like with Angela Lansbury, she's one of those old school English British actresses who will never refuse to work until they fucking die.
Amen to that.
And she's good at what she does.
Yes.
Hey, a line from the book. It is kind of like the Unfortunate Events movie a little.
Sure.
No, not the movie. Sorry, the movie had some too. The TV series, more accurately. Also, yeah, Filch is a
Yeah, this is
Oh, yeah,
clearly
this
from the
is-
director's cut. I don't remember when I watched this.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why it was removed.
Kitty.
In the grand scheme of things, it means nothing. But
I mean, say what you want. I still love how Mr. Filch's cat looks like.
Yeah. And I do kind of like that extra detail, you know, about telling why is the way it is. It by no means excuses it, but it does give us some insight.
Mm-hmm.
Shame that J.K. Rowling never really did anything with him.
Oh, goody,
for
the
most part.
Mandragora lesson.
the Mandrake's lessons.
Yeah, sorry, keep forgetting the terms.
Herbology.
With Professor Sprite, which I keep remember, she does. In the games, she never looked like this.
I can't remember what the stages were like in the second game for her classes specifically, but in the first game they were terrible QTEs.
For the PlayStation version, at least. The PC version had you go like dark rooms exterminating pixies and gigantic plants.
Yeah,
Oh,
the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2 versions, which I think the PlayStation 2 version was also the PC version.
Mm-hmm.
I think the PS2 version was a new game.
Lots of
I'll
versions.
check them later.
Mm-hmm. But I know
Hey,
that
Shiori,
was
Alright.
flavored.
Because apparently that's how you do it. Jeez.
ugh.
So, Dave, this is how you felt when that little shade Khalil happened in here?
Yeah. yeah. Every time it spoke, I just wanted to punch something because it was so freaking annoying.
Getting Nebula is a douche. Did a douche.
And it's supposed to have a tragic backstory, but I can't concentrate.
Well, to be fair, Diggs, unlike the Mandrakes, that voice can't possibly kill you.
Well, it's a good job these are the younger mandrakes. I'll only knock you out.
Yeah.
Also, Malfoy's a moron.
Yeah.
That's what you get, bitch.
Because imagine if we had a finger bitten out. Oh, thank God it's over.
I should nearly had to
Yeah, here's our reward for suffering through the mandrakes. John Cleese,
Yay!
Yay.
who never appears again after this film.
Aww.
Yeah, that's...
You'd think that no, Ron, you need to use actual duct tape, not regular.
Yeah, I
one.
was gonna say duct tape works for everything.
You know, you'd think they'd have a spell for you think they'd have a spell for fixing wands in this universe.
Yeah, John Cleese sounds really good as a comic relief ghost, but I still kind of wish we could have had a teacher played by Michael Palin.
Hey, you know what's funny? Okay, who's the guy who plays Fred in Drop Dead Fred?
Rick Mayall.
Rick Mail.
Originally, he was going to be in the movies as Peeves.
But his scenes got cut because
Also,
Chris
Also,
Columbus saw
there's-
Drop Dead Fred, and he thought, "Oh god, this guy's
Also,
box office poison."
Deuce and Sherry, do you know? Do you want to know how Colin is actually called in the Italian version? Because he actually Colin Cannon, as in like the photographic machine.
Is that how? Oh, never mind. The L's okay.
Oh dear, here we go.
The Howler scene.
Oh no! If you don't open them, they'll get pretty ugly.
And they'll open it. They'll open themselves eventually. So it's best to just get it over with. Oh boy, here we go.
Jesus.
Again, I love Rupert here.
Absolutely disgusting.
Thank you.
So, what would her reaction have been if she was in?
Just a dot area while you're at it.
Yeah, because they just done that. I mean,
I
clearly,
feel bad.
there's-
Oh, no, go ahead. Go.
He's dead inside
You
forever.
know,
although to be fair, I guess being in the magical world growing up.
Oh boy.
I feel bad for Ginny because it's like it's nice to get a compliment from your parent, but at the same time, it's really embarrassing. It's like I'm this asshole sister.
doesn't
Yeah.
help that it sounds like she was just using it as a means to further stick it to Ron. Especially the fact that the Howler stuck its tongue out at Ron.
Also, basically, yeah, Kenneth Branagh's talking to Kenneth Branagh, painting Kenneth Branagh.
Wow.
This guy's ego, Jesus.
You know, I kind of feel a bit sorry for Ron, seeing how we later figure out why they weren't able to get through, and for all they knew, his parents weren't able to get back through. And knowing what he did kind of did help Harry in the long run. Although I do have to wonder again, why is there not a means of just calling someone in this universe?
So basically, the extended edition is adding in the deleted scenes, because I've actually seen these deleted scenes on the DVDs and Blu-rays I've got.
Yeah, I don't remember these written test.
No, this is
Also,
a
Actually, I think
deleted
this
scene.
was
I've seen it before in the deleted scene section. What are you gonna say, Siri?
I love the contrast between the reaction between the male and female students.
Yeah.
Yeah, the females are like, "Yay!" and the males are like, "Ugh."
Like what the hell?
You know what?
I know, guys. You got a test.
Seriously?
Jesus
The
Christ.
first lesson, having a test.
This
30
defensive is-
minutes at that. Are
How
you
did
fucking kidding me?
Well, there was one page, so 30 minutes isn't bad, and pop quizzes are common, so.
What such a shit taste.
Lilac.
Of course Hermione has to guess everything.
Well, she's always an A-plus student, though she's an A-plus student in knowing all about Tim.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, again, I can see why some of these scenes were cut.
Well, to be fair, this was actually in
The
the
film was
original.
already long enough as it was. Adding this stuff in just kind of seems a little...
going
Redundant,
back
yeah.
to-
But let you see,
These
but let you
creatures
see,
are actually
Dwebs. We
quite
need to
prevalent.
put in as much stuff from the book as possible.
Okay, we get it. Now, this was actually in the
Hey,
original.
Funny enough, apparently there are negotiations to make a Lord of the Rings TV series.
Yep,
Oh, really?
I have read about that.
Oh, Pixies, there you go. I thought it would be what Doxies.
Remember, Dwebs, there are book purists out there who will not accept a single line cut.
Okay.
And now it sets the entire pack free because
Yeah.
that's
So
a
we've got
reasonable
bunch
thing
of
to do.
Cornish pixies attacking everybody.
Now, according to the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them original book, the encyclopedia, these are not particularly dangerous monsters, but against children, yeah.
The pest.
Also, like, ow.
Oh!
Poor fucking Neville.
Poor Neville. In these films, he's the butt monkey. The early ones, anyway. I love this bit here. Nope. He just a made up spell that don't work.
Wow,
You
the
can
Pixie's
tell that
better.
one's still made up.
Wow,
Yeah.
the Pixie's better at using his wand than he is.
Even the painting's running away.
Thank you.
The brave Gilderoy Lockhart. Also, yeah, of course Hermione has to save the day because she's Steve Clovis' favourite character.
Who's Steve? Oh, the writer.
The screenwriter, yeah.
Did she also do this in the book?
Yeah.
Well,
in
that case,
she's, but she's not, in the spotlight all the time.
Yeah. I guess to be fair, in the book also they did go into a bit more of a.
Oh great! Now we get to you. Oh great! Now we get to humiliate Slytherin in Quidditch.
Unfortunately, no, Jova. We need a bit of a detour.
Also, it's funny. It's funny how Oliver Wood is the only Scottish person in a Scottish wizarding school.
Also, why did you say no Jova? Shouldn't it have been no Pedro?
Sorry, my bad.
Right.
Also, I know that a lot of the Slytherin house peoples are genuine.
What?
I'll explain in a minute, but yeah, we'll watch this first.
My dick's bigger than your dick. My dick's bigger than twice the size than yours.
It's not even just that. It's not even just that. Like seriously, if anything, correct me if I'm wrong, but honestly, if I was in Harry's place, I was like, oh come on, Draco, you joined as a seeker specifically so you could try to get as good as me. How flattering. Like seriously, this says more of his pussiness and whininess than anything else, honestly.
I do not like this scene.
Oh boy. He told him to eat slugs. So, since it got reversed...
I'm sure it's someone's fetish on the internet.
Oh.
Can you just fuck off, kid?
Go away.
Fucking first years.
It's not so much like the slugs once they're out of him, but like seeing them come out of his mouth. It's just like, oh no.
A bucket. And how long is that going to take?
Yeah, we don't know. I guess.
Yeah.
But hey, Ron's increasing the is increasing the slug population.
Was it even endangered over there?
No, it's just in case. It needs a bit of a surplus.
So this is how the Wizarding World solves species going extinct, make people vomit them up.
So yeah, we've found one of Hermione's berserk buttons.
Wow,
well, obviously, come on.
Being called a mudblood, which is essentially...
It's a big thing. It's equivalent of the N-word, pretty much.
Yeah.
Who are complete douchebags.
A complete douchebag.
Again, not wizard Nazis.
Ugh.
Yeah, Ron, you're kind of breaking the mood.
Yeah, I think
we're in Homestuck now, apparently.
Yeah, I think Robbie Coltrane kind of toned down the Scottishness in future films.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, don't pay attention.
You need to protect that. You need to protect that smile.
Yeah. I don't worry. I'm pretty sure in the future you'll do a better American accent than he does.
Harry's punishment.
Detention.
Having to sign fan mail for Gilderoy.
Oh, Gilderoy was also a Quidditch player.
Apparently.
But he stopped being a Quidditch player when he found his fate lied with being, I guess, a superhero, because That's what people write about. All his greatest feats and everything.
Of
Yeah,
course.
it's the equivalent of Captain Quark in the Ratchet and Clank games.
But now Harry's turning into Randy Orton, hearing voices
The
in his
camera! Oh god!
head. Chris, you're not. It was the director telling me what to do. Four hours doing all that?
Signing. Hey, he's got a lot of fans.
I
I wonder if he
guess.
actually signed every single piece of fan mail. Fan mail, sorry.
He probably does.
Yeah. So now we got our new villain of the movie, Dracula.
Sure, why not? Actually, that's actually a good point you make, Dwebs. It's kind of sad, considering all the legendary actors that they got for this series. I'm still kind of miffed that we never got Christopher Lee to play any role in these.
Well, he was busy doing both Star Wars and
Lord of the Rings.
True, but remember, this series kept going until 2011, so I'm sure he must have had some kind of opening at some point.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh well, it's happened now, so.
Harry, the last time you had sort of weird premonitions of death, we ended up going down into a chamber that nearly killed us.
So, Joe,
Don't worry.
are you telling me that Harry sees his vision in coffee?
Don't worry, Hermione. We won't be going down into a chamber that nearly kills us.
Oh.
We'll be going down
goodness.
we'll be going down to a chamber that nearly kills us in the bathroom.
Spiders!
But
I'm fine with. I like spiders.
but don't worry, Hermione. You'll have nothing to worry about.
Well, as long as spiders are manageable, and as long as they're the good kind of spiders that just get rid of pests, they're fine.
Yeah, like
As
mosquito
long as they're not
eaters.
spiders from Australia, it's all good.
Yes.
The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Enemies of the air beware. No,
No
shit.
shit.
Well, it
I
could have
find
just been
doing
ketchup.
No, it's red crayon.
No.
The
It's
big
like
one.
it's like in the Kirby anime. It's tomato sauce. Oh no, Mrs. Purr. Oh, sorry, Miss Norris. In the
Mrs.
Italian
Norris.
in the Italian version, it was called Mrs. Purr. God damn it! All these fucking name changes.
I love how they were the first three there.
Oh, fuck it. No
Yeah,
cameras.
No, yeah.
I love how he doesn't even look at him.
Oh fuck
But
off.
I'm not a mad lad, Malfoy.
Oh no.
Wow.
If you can pause here, you can pinpoint the moment his heart shatters.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No.
Granted, if his actor turned this face to me and said, I'll kill you, I will believe you in a second. Of course.
Why us? Because you're the main characters.
Oh, come now. It's not like you three will ever get accused of wrongdoing. That would be just silly.
Mm. Yeah,
Sure you
sure.
Double doesn't get-
Right.
Hey, check my hands. Do I look like I've got blood on them?
Okay. One improvement of the director's cut is that we actually do know now why Filch believes Harry, in particular, killed Miss Norris.
Oh, goody, his name is actually signing with Potter and the others. But... What are you stalking me?
Man, Alan Rickman always just had the right level of snark, snottiness, and just stuck-upness.
That's why he was great in Die Hard, for example.
And he was such an amazing red herring in the first installment.
I swear.
For me, mom.
Well, we need a good defense attorney for this, then. Actually...
You're a Time Lord. Surely you could help. Oh, wait, sorry. That's not for another 11 years.
You know, that actually would be an awesome crossover. Ace Attorney and Harry Potter.
Actually, I was thinking more Doctor Who and Harry Potter, although it would spoil the fun with the Doctor explaining that all of this is just alien technology.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it was written by Stephen Moffat, he already wrecks Doctor Who lore. Imagine him doing the same for Harry Potter.
God help us all.
Mm-hmm. When he's done, when he's not busy bastardizing Tintin.
Wait, he also did Tintin?
The Tintin movie.
He was one of the writers.
So there's your explanation of why that movie sucks. Stephen Moffat.
It was written. It was written. Well, one of the reasons it was written by a Stephen Moffat post 2010.
Oh, let me guess. So Moffat's like the British Frank Miller. Used to be amazing and great, but...
Shut up, you.
Ah, dick.
Sure, that's
yeah. Basically, he's okay. Well, to be fair, Jova, he's not as gross as Frank Miller, but he's just as idiotic.
Okay, I actually have a question. What does this as practical use in any capacity?
Maybe if you don't have enough wine glasses.
But you're transforming animals into goblets.
Basically, it's for one of those days where you're really tired of your pet, so just turn it into something useful.
Is this like when in actual school they told you, "Oh, don't worry, math will save you one day"?
Hey Siri.
Oops.
You there?
You know, it's kind of ironic how
I guess she's BRB or something.
It's kind of ironic how Ron's using a rat as his subject. Like, why doesn't he just use his own pet rat?
Also,
Yeah.
Armadillo.
I'm sure Scabbers would love that, right? It was a...
Yeah, I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
This bot was doing so well.
Anyway, I was going to ask you, could you imagine if they used that spell and made it turn into teacups?
Well,
All right, it's time for lore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're learning about the lore of Hogwarts here.
Mm-hmm. I actually knew a bit about this because I played the game, and those 4 are actually in the collectible figurines you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's racist.
You won't do what I want? Fuck you, I'm leaving.
It's like Superboy Prime. Because he was a douche, I guess.
He was that much of a dick that he built a chamber for a giant monster that will kill anyone who is not a pure blood.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, for the longest time, I didn't know that being a half-blood also extended to just having a Muggle-born parent. I thought it was just a matter of, having a Muggle and a wizard as parents.
Well, at the end of the day, it's like what Hagrid said. The pure bloodlines are pretty much not a thing anymore.
The
problem with pure bloods are just being deluding themselves. Go ahead, Pedro.
My problem with the whole Mudblood thing is that they never really took advantage of that. We have some moments where, Mudblood this, Mudblood that, but the series never really goes anywhere with this angle.
I see where Pedro's coming from. Yeah.
What was even the point of introducing this if you're not going to do anything with it?
I'm really hoping that the Fantastic Beasts and When to Find Them reintroduces that and expand on it. Because at the end of the day, first, this is still at least for the first couple of installments, a kids film, sorta. And there's also the fact that it connects to what I stated multiple times about this franchise kind of like circle jerking in the entirety of England, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, I will say that, to be fair, this installment of the franchise actually does do stuff with the mudblood stuff because, well, as we're going to find out later, a lot of the people getting targeted are those of, shall we say, what a lot of wizards consider less desirable heritage. So, to J.K. Rowling's credit, when she does bring it up here, it actually does have a point. But I will agree with you that the problem is that, like a lot of stuff that shows up in certain installments, it doesn't really get brought up again
goody,
until
the
the last book.
Also, I was meaning the UK. Sorry. No, goody, the polyjuice.
Yeah,
potion.
I'm surprised he hasn't served polyjuice potion as a special drink at Harry Potter cafes.
Well, Dwibs, isn't there kind of a fundamental problem with that?
They'll make it taste decent.
You've tried butterbeer, right?
Yeah, I have.
Me too.
I didn't really like it all that much, sadly.
It was okay.
How about that Bertie Bott's ever flavored beans?
Oh, screw those! I always get the shit ones.
Funny enough, in the early years when the films were coming out, they actually sold Bertie Bott's heavy flavored beans in like those packets.
Game.
And he actually warned you which ones are the dodgy flavors by putting an exclamation mark on them.
I could never read those, so it's more like a roulette kind of thing where we take one at a time.
There you go. Now we get to humiliate the Draco at Quidditch.
Can I just say
that's another thing? Draco absolutely sucks at this whole seeker thing.
Well, yeah,
he's just doing it to spite Harry. That's his entire motivation, and it's really annoying.
Not just that, but I love how nobody in the team apparently cares about it. I mean, even though he sucks at it, they're just keeping there. I guess you can argue that his dad made a few calls or something, but still.
Well, he bought them all like the state-of-the-art brooms, just bribery, basically.
Yeah,
and also, Tio, about what you were saying earlier when I cut out, there are uses for transfiguration, because, I mean, it's not really prevalent in the first movie, aside from, like, the first couple of minutes, but, McGonagall was able to hide and stake out at the Dursleys and such.
No, that I knew. I was questioning the lessons in specific, the fact they were transfiguring animals into goblets.
Well, I guess it could be good for, hiding very rare creatures.
But don't you see,
suppose.
Don't you see, Teo? Because playing with life makes you feel powerful.
Whoa. Oh, that was
it's like I told you before, Teo. Being a wizard is all about your ego.
Time out.
And time out again.
Or more like keep your eyes on the freaking.
You see, this is why you should introduce a referee to the sport.
There's a referee.
And also, this time you cannot even blame Quiller.
Not just that. I mean, this sport is incredibly deadly to the people involved anyway. So.
Well, to be fair,
trying to do that, kill all the Slytherins. Also, that green screen was horrible.
Yeah, it was.
To be fair, it's usually not supposed to be this deadly.
Yeah, I think that was a bit they cut out from the original film.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, snap!
Oh, come on, why do you make that shit?
And now Harry is literally destroying the stadium.
To be fair, he's not even trying to get it to hurt the stadium.
Also, it's made of wood. I mean, this is really,
strong wood, I guess.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
one of those towers is going to come down, I swear.
Yeah.
And now somehow the ball just stops chasing us.
Hello.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I never understood that. Like, what happened to the bludger that was chasing him? Like,
Pedro, it just showed up and nearly took his head.
I know, but like, it went through there with that hole, and then it just can it just return?
Yeah, the bludgers works like that.
But that one's been tampered with. See, there it is.
Yeah, think of a bludger like a car. It can't just.
Actually, in this case, it's like a heat-seeking missile that just doesn't stop if he.
True, but remember, Harry had the time to stop and look at Draco, and this thing only shows up when the plot is already ready for it now.
Well, to be fair, it had to remaneuver actually to come back at him.
Maybe one of the betas hit it or something.
Yeah, that too.
Maybe Fred and George took care of it or something.
Mhm.
Or it could be a continuity error, I don't know.
Again, though, why doesn't the referee, Madam
How are
Hoots,
you
say...
allowed down there?
Apparently
Fucking
reporters
person.
are allowed down there. I'm just wondering, where's Madam Hoots during all this?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not in this film.
I mean, like, the kid's down there, but Madame Hooch isn't, you know, the actual
Also,
referee.
Tilt.
Jeez.
Ah!
Ah, fuck.
Oh,
Bye, Draco.
I'm sure
Oh,
dear old daddy...
It's a real shitty,
Also, ouch.
He literally landed on his ass.
Yep.
That's just not Lucius.
He landed on the asphalt.
Ow.
That's going to need some repairing.
Don't worry, I'm sure someone will fix it.
So, as is typical with how Harry has to end each game, it has to be in an incredibly over-the-top, practically killing yourself manner.
Hey,
So
Dwebs,
technically, we still won the game.
Dwebs, remind me again, how many points is the snitch worth?
150.
Yeah, so technically we won.
Got the ball, but he's about to die!
Which brings up my usual point about this sport. If the only way the match will end is by catching the snitch, which gives you an automatic victory because, well, it's 150 points, what's the
Not
point?
always.
Actually, it doesn't
no.
necessarily give you an automatic victory. It
It
depends on
just
how
gives
many
you a
points you
fuck ton of
already
points.
have.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Pedro, in the fourth book, there's actually a match where Fred and George bet against some... I forget whatever his name is. Anyway,
Also,
basically, Fred and George
this bit. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, this bit.
Wait.
Here we go.
He has a broken arm, so what he's gonna do?
Try and fix it.
As a brachioarm, really.
Oh, snap.
But he actually
Latin.
made his bone disappear.
Ugh.
Anyway, basically, Pedro, for example, in the fourth book, there's actually this special Quidditch World Cup match where Fred and George bet that this one team will win the match, but, I mean...
Yeah,
I mean,
the
what
catch
team will
is
win
it
the
was
match?
actually what they won was Leprechaun Gold,
Oh.
so it actually went away after a while.
Also, I'm
More
fine.
flexible.
That's
I'm fine
remind.
with body horror, so...
Anyway, basically the catch is like, well, they bet that this one team will win, but the other team will be the one that ends the match by catching the snitch. That team still loses because it brings them close, but not nearly enough to try and...
So
World Cup.
so it gives you 150 points, but if someone manages to score 151 points before that, it's okay.
Yeah,
Well,
precisely.
Yeah.
That's still those rules are still sound kind of stupid to me. Yes, it's not automatically a victory, but it might as well be.
Well, okay.
Well,
okay.
that's only in the school
And
matches
also
where people aren't as good, but the World Cup matches, that actually happens more often.
Also depends on how the team as a whole, plays.
Yeah. Basically, the idea is to definitely score as much as you can with the quaffle, which can be you.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, you get 10 points per goal, I think.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so you have to score 15, 16 of them at least before. All right, now we can not stop worrying about the snitch.
No.
I don't know. Those rules just sound a bit inconvenient to me, honestly.
They are a bit.
Yeah, Quidditch is basically a mixture of soccer, basketball, and
Convoluted
football.
rules, basically.
They're actually relatively simple. You score.
No,
10
they're
points
simple. It's just that they're unnecessarily complicated
yeah.
in terms
Believe
of
it or
how
not-
many different
So
rules
Virgo,
there
it
are.
was actually Dobby who did this. Fucking bastard.
It's like, imagine if in soccer, okay, in this
Oh, wait, I love
specific
this line.
okay.
Yeah, to be fair, if I were in his scenario, I think I'd actually try and strangle him with or without the bones. Let's see, W stopped them from getting through to the train, and he's the one who sent the bludger after him. Also, I love that other line he said, "Do you want them to send me home in pieces?"
Well, because now.
So it turns out that it was during Voldemort's rule that house elves were treated like vermin, but nowadays, well, most aren't. Some are. W.
It's the pure blood, the up their own asses pure blood families that have house elves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I've always imagined?
Mm.
What if there was like a Harry Potter TV series or something?
Maybe for a reboot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Anyway.
maybe like the series Unfortunate Events TV show. They could make it. They could maybe add their own stuff or have some more book faithfulness. I mean, I'm not saying these aren't faithful, but maybe just for.
No, go ahead.
No, you go on.
I mean, these are still good movies at their core, but like even with all the stuff they cut out, especially from the 5th book, but like a TV series would be interesting, although it would be a bit long.
Yeah.
Anyway, Paige, you were talking earlier about the Quidditch rules. Fun fact about that.
Fine, the Quidditch are fine. The rules are golden. Can we move on?
No, I wasn't about to. I was actually going to bring up some funny lore. Jeez. No need to go off like that. Anyway, basically, the funny thing is, like, the Quidditch rules are so specific and whatnot that there's actually been cases where they've gone on for months, sometimes even a year.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Oh, apparently they found something else, or someone else.
I mean, Paige, could you imagine watching a Quidditch match for 3 months?
Jesus Christ.
There was, I remember specifically a tennis match that went on for like 5 hours straight.
Reminds me of that.
Oh, poor Colin.
Reminds me of that episode of I Am Weasel that parodies the Roman Colosseum, like with basically to give you an idea. It's a joke where Weasel and Baboon get basically attacked by the lions for like 8 hours, and then it's suddenly nighttime, and then the Roman nobles are like, this was fun for the first 6 hours, but now it's getting really old.
So they tried looking at Colin's camera for evidence, but unfortunately...
Tell everyone Hogwarts is no longer safe. Yeah, implying it was ever safe in the first.
Yeah,
place.
Hogwarts is
spread panic at all.
But dude, Hogwarts is the safest place except for Gringotts.
This is a place where this is a place that has a giant snake in it, and yet somehow nobody noticed it.
A giant tree that can bash people.
Oh, and did I mention that a giant troll somehow managed to get in here without anyone noticing?
Hey, you think that's bad? How about the Triwizard Tournament where we drown our students just for a water poem?
Hello, Myrtle.
I'm Myrtle.
I forgot, who's the actress who plays her?
I can't remember, but I think at this point she was in her mid-20s.
Yeah.
Awkward.
And she looks 18, so hey, I guess she has some really powerful youth elixir, I guess.
Well, to be fair, Dwebs, they only need her face, because the rest of her body they can just CGI it.
I think for her face, like she looks young.
I think that's her actual body.
That chipmunk voice was not great.
Check it again, Dwebs. You said that's her actual body as well?
Oh, goody, the dual thing. I forgot what it's called.
Moaning Myrtle's played by, let me see.
Anyway, while Dwebs is looking that up, this is part of the reason why this is my favorite of the movies, is that we actually get to see the most variety of activities and actions they do in this universe. Like, we've got, of course, the different classes. We've got Quidditch, thank God, which will become a rarity.
Buddy, you're not Inigo Montoya, come on.
Also, that cape is cool, though. Yeah.
You're Hufflepuff, shut up.
Also, hi, Justin.
Also, I'm Hufflepuff.
You're Muggle-born and you're Hufflepuff.
She's played by Shirley Henderson, and she was actually born in 1965.
Oh boy!
She was actually 37.
You are so dead.
Yeah, she was 37, which makes one certain movie a bit awkward to see.
What movie?
I think Goblet of Fire.
The fourth one.
Oh, the fourth one. I thought you were on about the Nutcracker.
Oh, I remember. It's like Star Wars Battlefront 2 beta servers. You need to turn, jump, and then start attacking.
Also, I don't recall Monimoto being in the fourth movie.
She's the one who suggests Harry to get the...
Oh, that's right.
She's the one trying to seduce him in the hot tub.
Miss Myrtle, you trying to seduce me?
Well, she does have a crush on Harry to the point where if he died, she'd be okay with him sharing her bathroom.
But it's like the age difference between the actors is funny.
So she's an adult who's very good at looking like a kid.
Basically, yeah.
Maybe.
Oh boy.
Everyone knows his secret.
So who to pick?
Of course.
Okay, I know what he's doing is dickish, but he kind of has a point. If Ronald tried to do something with his wand right now...
Also, gotta love how none of the professor actually bothered to
Harry.
actually tried to actually get him a new wand.
If Ron tried...
I mean, the closest we got was McGonagall telling, "Oh, just get a new one."
Because that's so easy to do, because we let you off campus. Oh, wait!
It's his completely deadpan delivery that makes it.
If Ron tried that, Harry would have been turned into ashes.
And Hogwarts will turn to ash.
I gotta say, this film... one thing I'll mention before we get to that, the film actually has a couple of good moments of ad-libbing.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. I'll mention when they come on. Disarm. Remember.
No, you were thinking Expelliarmus.
Disarm, not in the sense of what you did to Harry earlier.
Yeah, not take his disarm and take his wand off, not take his arm off.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Why is Hogwarts encouraging violence in between the students?
It's because it's these particular two who are in charge.
You know, Slytherin people. At the very least, the Mudbloods don't. Yeah, that. There you go. The Mudbloods don't do that. There you go.
Oh, it's a snake.
And all that does is just piss the snake off.
Yeah.
3D. Oh fuck.
Which is interesting because did this movie get a 3D conversion later on?
I don't know. This was 2002. I don't think 3D was.
Well, I know, but sometimes they actually re-release movies with 3D conversions.
They might. I think they have done, but I've only got the regular.
Anyone?
Like, for example, Disney re-released Beauty and the Beast and Lion King in 3D in theaters. So.
Also, when Harry was talking to the serpent in the first movie, it wasn't this chilling.
Well, that's because you couldn't hear it now, was it?
Wow.
That could have gone better, but...
Uh-oh.
I give you give the evil stare.
You just played D&D, you know, the paladin in D&D has the speak to snake spell, come on.
Surprisingly, speaking to snakes is not a common trait among wizards and witches.
It's bad.
So
that's bullshit and it's bad for you.
You know what would be cool too?
Hmm?
An Harry Potter RPG by level 5.
Actually, but what people were asking for, like, countless years, actually an MMO.
An MMO.
Yeah, because an MMO actually set at Hogwarts with all that jazz that happens. You know, the lessons and shit.
I don't know. I don't think Hogwarts is big enough for an MMO. I think a more linear RPG would fit better, honestly.
You don't have to tell me. I'm mostly fine with whatever comes out.
Ah, okay.
Oh yeah, apparently there's some of the camera movement in this movie is a bit more Home Alone like. The first movie had the cameras more static, you know, they were on tripods and that. But this time Columbus decided to use
tracking shots
using and handheld cam. Thankfully, it's a kind of handheld cam that doesn't result in people being seasick. Also,
and if you look in the background, you can see Gandalf fighting the Balrog on top of a mountain.
Yeah. This bit wasn't in the original movie, and I can see why. The tension is just bubbling up. Hi.
You come here often.
This is
Awkward.
Not even the Hufflepuffs have anything to do with him. And not even Jimmy.
Not that I care. Yeah, okay, I'm beating these horses too much.
Don't worry, too. You'll get your chance.
It's already there, Theo. It's already there.
Again, don't worry, too. You got Harry Potter 6 to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, don't.
Oh, see,
Okay,
this
sorry.
bit was a deleted scene too on my DVD.
Yeah.
Blu-ray.
I actually remember Harry just walking away and then they cut.
Don't you see?
Yeah.
Don't you see, Dwibs? The movie is nothing without this.
Yeah. I mean, we could tell from everyone looking away from him that they think something's up with him. We didn't need this bit.
Was this in the book as well?
I don't know. I've forgotten, but so basically,
People are just questioning his morality.
yeah, and also, but again, this bit's kind of pointless. We already know that the students think Harry's a bit dodgy. We saw their facial expressions.
Well, but that was that student that actually questions that, to symbolize that they're not everyone against him.
I don't know. It just seems
Some
a
of
bit.
them just confused. No, I get it, just superfluous. Oh, God.
Bug sucking.
If I recall correctly, Bugbear just take their praise to their nests. Hagrid, come on.
Well, the entirety of Hogwarts has turned against me, but other than that, I'm fine. To what?
A lot of studying to do.
To what? Harry.
You know.
Doggo! Painted doggo.
Also, the people in those buildings must be really bored because they can do nothing aside from whatever they're doing in their one repetitive cycle.
I forgot, who's voicing, the one who's speaking in this?
I don't know. It's.
I'll go check.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm not sure.
The word
kill.
someone saying kill, kill, kill. Wait, is Ethel in this game?
Oh, fuck.
Kill,
No,
kill.
no.
But Taylor, I thought
This
she was your favorite character.
No, remember,
Well, you
Not
did
true.
tell you did tell me that by the time we got to learn her backstory.
No,
no,
this is
you're
where the
actually right.
Basically, Pedro, this is the scene in which the creator of Kill got the name from.
Well, for a moment there, I thought you were going to say that this is when Kenhito got it, the Ethel's shtick from.
Yeah. Also, yeah, Justin's been petrified too.
Oh my God, he's been turned into a dummy.
Hey, what I missed?
Mark my words.
Now go back to bed and we'll continue to act suspicious some more.
So what I miss?
Don't worry, not much, Joe.
You missed Ethel's cameo.
Yeah. Also, you missed some. Kill.
Ethel. Someone was saying kill, kill, kill over and over, so I just assumed it's a cameo from Ethel.
Also, Joe, you missed another kind of superfluous scene.
What?
Basically, the students, after Harry left the room where they were studying, they were discussing him and their suspicions. But I didn't think we'd need that, considering everyone turning away from him earlier on.
I think that was also in the original cut.
No, it wasn't. I
It
don't think
wasn't.
it was.
Yeah, I don't remember it either. Yeah,
and in the theatrical version, they just cut away to Harry walking into the room where nearly.
Oh, let me see. Let me hear if the password is the same as the Italian version. Yep, it's the same.
Lemon.
Yeah, it's the same.
I mean, like you said, I mean, they showed like all the students, physical reactions towards Harry. They didn't need to spell it out for us in another scene.
Ah, that's probably why that scene got deleted.
Yes.
That does seem to be a weird scene to re-include then, because that's not even really a book detail.
Well, that's the point in that this is a director's cut. This wasn't shown in cinemas and such.
Mm-hmm. I will admit that, yeah, some of these cutscenes don't seem to be put back in just for the sake of being for the book. Some of them additional scenes that weren't even really a focus in the book either. All of them are that case. Like I said, some actually really do help, like us actually getting mentioned that Filch is a squib and that giving him more motivation for suspecting Harry of going after his cat since he knows he's a squib.
Also, Sorting Hat's back.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
I was going to put you in the Hufflepuff. Oh, sorry.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
You know, it is kind of awkward learning later that there's nothing wrong with being in Slytherin, but I'll be quite honest, red's my favorite color.
Green.
It's a good thing you bring that up, Jova, because, I mean, a lot of the people in Slytherin are genuine a-holes, but I can understand why the rest of them do act like a-holes, because it's like they're treated like shit from the moment they're put into that house.
Yeah, that is.
So that would give you a bit of an attitude problem if you were
Phoenix Wright
being
is dead.
accused of being an a-hole.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jova, Ace Attorney is cancelled.
Wait for it.
This is why we haven't had the Great Ace Attorney.
Oh, come on, Ari. It's common knowledge that phoenixes rise from their ashes. Come on.
He's not exactly that knowledgeable of the wizarding world.
But this
also,
isn't
yeah,
exclusive to Harry Potter.
But that's common in normal common
Also,
Pedro.
Pedro, he doesn't even know that it's a phoenix.
Also, Pedro, I think that type of class of magical beast gets taught in like the 4th or the 5th year.
3rd, I think.
Still.
There we go. He rose
Also,
from the ashes.
I actually really love Fawkes' theme.
Whimsy.
Well, it's John Williams. He does this thing really well.
Yeah. This is
Although
turning into a Spielberg movie.
Although my favorite score from him, and indeed the whole series, is still from the 3rd one.
Well, remember too, before he decided to stop making good movies, Chris Columbus was always kind of the discount Spielberg.
True.
But I don't think Chris Columbus had big budget movies before these two.
No. I mean, unless Bicentennial Man counts, I don't know.
Ah, Hagrid, you always have a knack for accidentally letting slip stuff to the minors.
Especially stuff they already know.
Oh, I'm pretty sure no one else knew about the chickens.
He has good intentions.
Yeah.
Well, he's technically like a giant, alpha giant or something, so it's part of his race to not have intuition, complete intuition.
I wonder what his mother was like. Like, we do learn a bit about his father, and we know that his father was the human in the relationship, so... You know, actually, that's a good question. Seeing as how we do meet a certain relative of his, I have to wonder, how do giants usually react in regards to humans?
We don't know.
Christmas!
Well, apparently some are fancy.
This is turning into the Snow Queen now.
There was more about the giants in one of the books, I believe, and it wasn't.
I think it was the 5th one where Hagrid and
his brother,
Hagrid and the professoress of the French school actually go try to recruit, try to actually negotiate with the giant. I think it was the 6th one. Sorry.
Also,
and like I said, it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, at all.
Also, too, I don't know. To me, this sounds a bit more like the snow mansion from Twilight Princess.
Oh yeah, this is. I think this is another deleted scene.
Sorry, Pedro. The last thing I want to see is Blitz Zeta scaring the shit out of my face again.
I know, but that's actually, I'll admit, even though I don't like that game, that's actually one of the few parts of it that I like.
I don't mean that, Joe. I don't mean that. I mean that moment genuinely.
No, I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. You scare easily. I know.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Gee, I wonder who it is.
But yeah, again, the theatrical cut. This just starts. It just cuts to here.
This sounds like came right out of the first two
Also,
Home Alone
I
movies.
know what you, especially you, Pedro, may be thinking. Wait, we're celebrating Christmas, but why we're celebrating Jesus and stuff? Apparently, in the seventh book, they kind of take a subtle jab and say that Jesus apparently was a wizard. Not even kidding.
Jesus.
I'm not gonna go into that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, too, maybe that's how it works. Maybe Jesus was the first wizard ever.
Hello.
This sounds like what you would do if we were on an assassin mission, hiding the
Or a
bodies in the
heist.
closet.
Also, I always hate the Great Hall scenes because the food always looks so good, and
I'm hungry now.
yeah, it's like all
Jesus.
the cooking competitions that we have in the UK. They're always on at dinner time. It's like fuck off.
Jesus Christ, woman, do you have a black hole in your stomach? Jesus.
What,
Good
me?
metabolism.
Every time you see food, you get hungry. Jesus Christ.
No, I do have a good metabolism, but I also do have what people call a bottomless stomach.
They actually, by the way, they actually fell for this.
Well, it's a magical school. What? Then again, these two are a bit dumb.
Stupid.
They're not exactly the brightest tools in the shed.
I mean, I'm a foodie, but I'm not gonna pick up floating cakes. Like seriously, come on now.
Oh, also good news, Ron. Well, hey, on the plus side, Ron finally got the Wingardium Leviosa spell down, right?
Actually, Harry did that.
Yeah.
Never mind, that was Harry.
Also, yeah, Ron does point it out in 3, 2, 1.
How thick could you get? Also, yeah, this bit wasn't in the original theatrical film either.
But it's nice and buddy, I'll give it that.
Come on, could you surely could you lose a few pounds?
Ew.
Ew.
Why can't these potions ever just be nice and delicious?
It's like those medicines. It's like medicines. The more they're effective, the disgusting they taste.
Yeah.
Well,
Rosie.
Bottoms up, guys.
Cheers.
Okay, if there's one detail I like that they added in the later films, was that the colour of the potion changes depending on whose hair you put in.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what they actually made them drink in order for this scene.
Porridge, I take it. Yeah, porridge will do that to you, Rom.
I like porridge.
How do you manage not to throw up every time you eat it?
I have it with fruit and syrup.
So what's in porridge that makes it so bad?
It's probably the consistency.
It just looks icky and tastes icky.
I'm guessing you don't like rice pudding either.
No, I do not.
Okay.
Rice pudding? Why even?
Drebs, you remind me to never accept serving you.
Sure.
As in serve you food.
Maybe
You're free to come though, Shiroi, since you seem like you're very good for business.
Wait,
Great.
Portugal likes porridge?
do you guys serve chocolate cake over there?
Yes.
Oh, actually, I'll come there then.
Well, what kind of restaurant would we have if we didn't have a sweets section?
Actually,
I mean,
when I was in Lisbon, I just loaded up on the custard tarts.
So for some reason, their voices don't change with their bodies.
Weird. Girls and their selfies.
Come on, Hermione.
it's okay. I'm almost done.
Really got an hour, you know.
Come on, Hermione. Don't be such a pussy.
I love this scene, especially something Tom Felton does in it.
Yeah, this was improvised, actually.
Well, one of Tom Felton's lines was.
Yeah.
What are you doing down here? He doesn't know he's talking to his younger brother.
Oops.
Hey, if they were, I mean, if it weren't for harsh school rules, could you imagine if they deliberately got themselves in trouble?
So basically, they actually
Hang on,
forgot their name.
And it was this line that was improvised.
Okay, in a bit.
That was improvised.
Yeah, but Tom Felton apparently forgot his line, so he threw that in,
Yeah.
and they kept it.
Wonder what the original line was.
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe there's a
this works.
script.
Maybe this works as well.
Too. Yeah.
Of course, the Slytherin dorms are down in the dungeons.
Of course.
Okay, is it any wonder why Slytherins are dickish the way they are?
The room actually looks quite nice, though, so...
Yeah, so they live in relative comfort.
You know, that is one detail I do appreciate in later installments is how this world does eventually come to appreciate the fact that, you know, maybe we're just setting Slytherins up to be evil as opposed to recognizing that not all Slytherins are evil and that, heck, students in other classes can be just as bad.
Harry, keep your fanboyism to yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, you.
Of course.
Help Ron, please.
Durr.
I love how they split every time they say his name. Say Potter. Bleh.
Durr.
Billion?
Oh, shoot. So Malfoy is not the heir.
No, funny, it makes you think that box is important, but it actually isn't.
There's just more ways of showing that Malfoy's a dick.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Ooh.
Also, I'm guessing that can be some kind of foreshadowing.
Yeah, calm down, man. Oh dear.
Oh boy.
That potion must have been really sucky for have this temporary effect.
Yeah. Oh. Excuse me.
Oh god, I'm turning ginger.
Hey, your hair's ginger. He's Weasley. I'm Katara. Oh yeah, this bit wasn't in it either. Oh, I am never eating muffins again.
Oops.
Durr, too stupid.
Yeah, that bit actually probably causes a plot hole. Why didn't they tell Malfoy and why didn't
Because
Malfoy...
we're too stupid, probably.
They probably just thought it was the muffins hallucinating.
Yeah, it's
Oh boy.
you could see the hamster wheel in their brains just running.
Probably Shiro's
Yeah.
favorite scene, I guess.
And the reason I made that joke earlier.
Yeah.
Welcome to someone's fetish.
Ooh.
It's alive?
Is that what you're into, Ron? I mean,
Funny bad job as soon as you mentioned the thunder strike.
okay, there you go. We learned some character development. Ron is a furry. Okay.
Good to know.
That's great to know.
Water.
Jeez,
Don't you see, Theo? This is why he falls for her.
Bad bathroom prank.
Funny enough,
Oh my god, the wet Bennets were here.
you know, hey Siri, you know what's funny?
Yep.
Flooding the bathroom was like one of the last things you saw on Brookside.
You see, Dwebs. That's a. You can kind of consider that a Home Alone reference, considering the wet Bennets from the Home Alone movies also did.
Yeah, that was from the Columbus Home Alone films too.
Yep.
What?
And Myrtle represents the death of Crossroads.
Yeah. What do you mean by that, Siri?
So Crossroads finally realized that it was a comedy at heart.
What do you mean by that, Siri?
And you said about the flooding the bathroom. Wasn't that a Crossroads thing, did you say?
No, Crossroads was just camp.
Oh, which one did you say was one of the last scenes?
No,
Just-
no, Brookside.
Oh, okay, that's I
That
misheard
scream.
I misheard what soap you said.
Yeah, but Brookside ended a year after this film came out. So there you go.
Okay, this is actually an added scene as well.
Yeah.
Which, actually, this scene does help out in foreshadowing.
Also, for obvious reason, also this name was also changed in the Italian version. But for this one, I can understand the change.
Wait, they changed the name of the owner of the book?
Yes, in order to fit the anagram we will see later on.
Huh.
Well, it's just typical localization stuff.
I'll just write in for what it means. We're not spoiling in commentary.
So, but a bit later on, Harry finds out the name by reading the back of the book anyway, so... Pedro,
Yes, Twibs.
is it just me, or are like almost all the deleted scenes in this film the most redundant?
Like Dubs, I've already said myself, I was perfectly happy with the original version, so I agree with you.
Yeah, it's like I said, though, this doesn't even go with the complaint that this is all stuff from the book, because mainly it's deleted stuff that was deleted for the sake of time, and
Yeah.
what is there redundant is there by coincidence.
That's exactly what I keep saying, especially about the Lord of the Rings films. Just because a book is long, that doesn't necessarily mean that the movie needs to literally...
To be fair about Lord of the Rings, those scenes weren't redundant because the
Isn't one of the
scenes-
movies just like 3 hours of walking?
No, Shiroi, pretty much... not pretty much 50% of those 3 movies is them walking with Peter Jackson shooting them over a mountain, like especially in The Hobbit. Okay, Shiro, you know about that iconic shot in Lord of the Rings where you see the mountain and them walking over the mountain, you know, right?
Yeah.
I swear to you, Peter Jackson loved that shot so much that I swear to you, he used it like 50 times in the first Hobbit movie. I don't know how many there were. I kind of lost track of them after the 10th one.
But Pedro, Peter Jackson wants to show off his country, New Zealand, for the beauty that it is.
It is beautiful, but I kind of wish we could get back to the story. What little there
I
is.
know, 'cause it's like my issues about like my weird issues about medieval stuff aside, I mean, I did try to sit through those movies at one point, but I was really bored.
I literally, I'm not even kidding, sure. I literally fell asleep watching the third one. I'm not actually kidding when I said that. I'm serious. I literally fell asleep watching it.
Okay, basically, in text audience, Tio just told us of another difference in the Italian version. In English, Tom Riddle's called Tom Marvolo Riddle. In Italian, he's called Tom Orvaloson Riddle. Why?
The anagram later on. I'll say it later.
Hey, too. I just realized.
Also, this is the weirdest instance of Messenger I've ever seen.
I know, I was about to say that as well.
Hey, could you imagine if Harry wrote down an insulting comment like "fuck you, Tom Riddle," and then
Can you tell me? No.
and then it comes back as a middle finger.
But I can show you.
iPhone messages actually have invisible text now. It's really
Yeah.
Also, is the font the same of the Lord of the Rings one? Because it looks really similar.
I don't know. Well,
Well, at least it's not Comic Sans.
13th of June.
The Bite of 87.
I do suppose one reason that deleted scene does help in foreshadowing this is that it actually does let us know that this is back in those original days. Whereas here you kind of just have to get that from there.
Whoop.
And of course it's black and white.
More like sepia, I think.
This is the noir movie Chris Columbus never got to make.
A lot of stuff he's trying to make with this.
I'll be quite honest.
Also, that boar statue is identical to one that is in Florence.
Also, are we now in Nosferatu or something? Why the grey filter?
I'll be quite honest. When I first saw this movie, I actually mistook Tom for Peter.
So, yeah,
Also,
so,
Tom Riddle. That's like the name of a Professor Layton character.
Tom Riddle. Well, a late in game localized by Honeywood.
Well, actually, there's even the ones in the Center of Europe even had names like those. So
I was surprised if there was I was surprised if in a future late in game there's a girl character named Tomboy or something.
it's actually it's
Oh, sorry.
the puns in Layton those are actually not so much. That's actually no. I don't mean that too. I mean like they're not so much localization. It's actually Hino. Hino loves puns.
Mm-hmm. Also, young Dumbledore here looks like a Russian priest.
I think that just means that like some puns in Japanese won't work in English.
Well,
so they have to change
that's obvious.
Puns.
Yeah. Also, yeah, there was a time where Dumbledore wasn't a headmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ironic echoes, because Dumbledore said this exact same thing earlier.
And Harry said a similar thing too.
Spooky.
Very well then. Off you go.
That picture.
So, of course, Tom here's head boy Slytherin.
But he doesn't want to go back home because, like Harry, he sees Hogwarts as his home.
You know,
Good job he can't
Dumbledore. The fact that doesn't the fact that every single evil wizard in the history of wizardry comes from Slytherin maybe thinks you should rethink how teaching works? I don't know. I mean,
remember, he's not headmaster yet.
Yeah.
Still though, every single evil wizard comes from that bloody
Hello, Hagrid.
section.
Is he still played by... I forgot the name of the actor.
He's voiced by Robbie Coltrane, but I think his actor looks different.
Okay.
I mean, look, he's in Shadows even.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I was saying, like all the evil wizards come from that specific class. Maybe we should do something about this. Clearly, this particular section of Hogwarts is not working.
Yeah.
To be fair, they do kind of admit later that it's kind of self-fulfilled prophecy on part of them.
Oh,
pretty
sure.
much putting those dedicated for evil into Slytherin.
Alright, class, this is Slytherin. If you're planning on becoming an evil wizard, this is the class you should go to.
And
So
he
Hagrid-
even trained the students.
So Hagrid was a student, and he actually got quote-unquote demoted as just the custodian.
He got
was
expelled, actually, because he was apparently the one who opened the chamber.
No, he was framed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the audience don't know that yet.
But come on, seriously, Hagrid opening the chamber.
And also the fact that they're revealing the monster just
That was
yet.
that was the weirdest Winnie the Pooh story
To
I've
be
seen.
fair, guys, let's think about it.
Okay.
Okay, not saying that Hagrid would have released it with the intention of evil, but Hagrid is kind of the guy who, if you show him a giant Hydra, he'll pretty much see some goodness buried down deep in that Hydra.
True.
Even if it tries to eat him.
Okay. I think, hang on, let me hear something.
Yes.
Or did they mute this bit? Oh, yeah, it was Hagrid. Hagrid opened it. It was Hagrid. Yes, I think, it was a bit redundant, but whatever. Well, at least Hermione's recovered from her cat fetish. Oh, good. Roll credit. Oh, no, wait, that's that YouTube poop. Never mind. Remember that YouTube poop I showed you guys?
Wow,
Yeah.
so they actually grow mandrakes, which look like little children, so they can hack them up, stew them, and make a cure.
Ew. Christ, I thought Tintin was fucked up.
Well, to be fair here, it's for a good cause.
I'm actually curious.
Oh, hi, Neville.
To which class was Hagrid assigned to back in the day?
I forgot.
Hagrid
Probably
was in
Gryffindor.
Well, the main characters always go to fucking Gryffindor.
No. Luna is in Ravenclaw.
Also,
She's-
who's been...
She's not exactly the most prominent character, though.
Well, she becomes Neville's wife later.
Eh.
And hey, we got Cedric Diggory from Hufflepuff.
I'm sure he'll do fine.
And let us never forget Cho Chang.
Theo, stop being racist to Asians.
Stop being a grumpy poos.
Sonic's supposed to go 5. Well, there's a piece
Okay,
of shit.
good. We're about to get another.
That's a
good
microwave question,
Quidditch
Theo, and I'm
scene.
gonna have to punch you for
Oh
it.
boy, guys. More Quidditch.
Thank you. I do like Quidditch scenes when they're on now.
It seems like Gryffindor's team has become egotistical in the sense that they're literally saying to themselves, "We're quicker, we're stronger, we're smarter, we're."
Well,
Aren't football teams essentially, because this is football, aren't they egotistical anyway?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, sorry, Joe, but Quidditch has been cancelled.
That is kind of a problem with later films. They kind of cut
Oh
out
boy,
Quidditch.
here we go.
Oh, snap.
Hey, the sixth film had that. That makes.
I'm actually fine with that because the Quidditch matches aren't exactly the most important stuff.
Yeah, but they're fun and, well, it kind of sucks because the fifth one especially does kind of have Quidditch tied to the plot. What with? You know who
So,
messing with it.
So yeah, Emma Watson was tired. So
She got
hold
stoned.
on, hang on. I swear, hang on. Did her mouth just move there?
I haven't noticed.
I swear I saw her mouth move, even though she's meant to be petrified.
People gotta breathe.
Jova.
What is that horn that I keep hearing?
Phone
Saxophone.
notification.
Well, mute it then, please.
Or use a vibration. That works as well.
It's in case I need to hear it, though. So hold
No,
it.
we can't close the school now. We've got 6 more movies.
And yet Waterloo Road is still open.
Well, technically, Shuri, it did close, but
Reopened.
in Scotland.
I digress. Reopened.
So Scotland is really bad at keeping its schools under control.
Yeah, even when it takes on an English school, still.
This is an added scene too.
Yeah,
Invisibility
Yeah.
cloak.
yeah, we know he's going to get the invisibility cloak. This bit was.
Yeah, it seems like they cut out. It seems like they cut out the necessary stuff.
Yeah, all the unnecessary fluff really got cut out.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. There are two kinds of director's
Take
cuts. The director's
take
cut
notes,
that-
Mr. Jackson.
Okay, Pedro, we get it. Anyway, though, there are two kinds of director's cuts. The kinds that people feel need to be seen because they added integral scenes, and then there's just ones like these that are there if you want to see them.
Also, Hagrid and his tea.
Actually, Jova, there is a third kind, the one where the directors are clearly stroking their own egos.
Although,
Yeah, like the ones with Rob Zombie in movies.
although to give credit, I'm still, at the very least, people who like the theatrical cuts can get to watch them if they want, which is something that Disney is a bit iffy about doing that, but
What are you referring to?
Star
But-
Wars.
No, actually, I'm not talking about. Well, no, that's different, Theo. That's still in
To
the
be fair
works.
to you, with Star Wars, that's a legal nightmare.
Yeah,
Which-
remember, Theo, it's co-owned by Fox, so it's a bit tricky. But I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about Star Wars. I'm talking about. See, the thing is, Jova, we still haven't actually gotten a proper re-release of the original 1991 version of Beauty and the Beast, aside from VHS, because.
Wait. So they've been extended cuts or something?
No, well, basically, the original 2002 DVD release added an extra scene called Human Again, which was a number from the Broadway show that they decided to add back which was deleted.
I have never seen that because I'll admit, me and my family still have our old VHS version.
Let's just say, Joe, but there's a good reason why it was deleted. It's superfluous, and it's not really that good of a song. But anyway,
So let me guess. All future versions have always included that.
Yeah, see, here's the thing, Jova. The Diamond Blu-ray editions, in fact, there's even the new one, the Signature collection. Yeah, sorry.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Also, got a lot about the ministers called Fudge.
So
Hello, I'm here to eat your children. Could you please direct me to them?
So for some reason, Lucius is behind them suspecting Hagrid. Dwibs, I never got why he did this.
Because they still think he was the one who released the beast back in the day.
Because they still think he did that thing earlier.
So they think the modus operandi coincides with him.
So yeah, Dumbledore's out of the movie.
Oh yeah, because Dumbledore's getting sacked.
Well, he's been suspended by the governors, who all decided that he's out of touch. He's lost his touch, and this isn't suspicious at all, is it?
And Hagrid's being quite possibly sent on quote-unquote temporary leave to Azkaban.
A charming place.
Yes, with the most charming of guards.
Yeah.
That eats shitting grain.
Oh, the governor?
Mm.
Avada Kedavra.
You know, the Ministry of Magic.
Also,
Sometimes-
another thing, how the fuck is Dumbledore able to see before see when someone's using the cape of invisibility? You know,
Because he's Dumbledore.
Because the plot demands it too.
Could it be because of what we know about him in Deathly Hallows? The fact that he's now technically at this point is the owner of that other artifact.
True. You know, actually, that probably is how he's able to know that they're there.
Don't you see too? J.K. Rowling is the Western equivalent.
Oh, this bit's a bit clunky. Hagrid expressing the
I noticed that even during my first time I saw these movies, like, what?
Yeah.
All of the spiders. Poor thing.
Very natural, is it?
Don't you see too? J.K. Rowling is the Western equivalent of Neon Falcon. Like, they've been planning this shit from the very beginning.
I really do have to wonder how much she plans in advance. And what were the spiders doing there?
Basic webs. Hold up.
Spider-Man. Anyway, go on, Peter.
Basic webs. Neon Falcon is the developers of a specific JRPG series, and that's been going on since the NES era. And
called either East or The Legend of Heroes.
Yeah, Legend. It's always Legend of something. Basically, it's been on since the NES, and even though the stories are technically separate and technically self-contained, the entire series takes place in the exact same universe, and there's even world building that kind of equates to the lore. Like, it's been like a continuous construction of a gigantic world over the course of 30 years now.
Okay,
Pretty
so
much.
something to establish. Ron has arachnophobia to a high degree.
Yeah.
They don't exactly mention it in the movie, but it sort of sprouts from when his brother, I think it was George, turned his teddy bear into a spider because he accidentally broke his toy broomstick.
Also, Doggo. Also, I'm pretty sure they're stepping on some of those spiders.
Hey, Siri.
She's burped.
She's burped.
Also, they have to go into
Actually, I meant it to all of you then, actually, then.
Also, they have to go into the Forbidden Forest to follow said spiders.
Yeah, this is another new scene.
Even though, you got all the spiders and snakes and this stuff, the creepiest scene in this film is still Harry having his bones removed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this scene felt a bit unnecessary, I have to say that.
Yeah.
What, the one with that there over there?
Yeah,
the
the car.
yeah.
That wasn't in the theatrical cut.
Yeah, that actually is something from the book. So,
Yeah, I know,
I
but
guess.
it.
But we
But
see the car later anyway.
not just that, it ruins the surprise effect that the car does later on.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
Check Terminator 2 for a master class on how to make a director's cut.
Well, Terminator 2 also just added in scenes that I guess working
There
in
was
there.
that, remember, there was that extended edition.
Oh, yes,
It wasn't so much
it's-
that there were added scenes, Joe, but not the added scenes were pretty great and covered some plot holes from the original cut.
To be fair, while these are redundant, I wouldn't say that this is really a wrong way to do a director's cut because technically it does do stuff that follows the book, so there's nothing really inherently wrong about it. It just depends on, how really you care for it as a movie here and there. As an adaptation, it's not really doing, per se, anything wrong by adding in the scenes from the book.
Yeah. Anyway, Joe, but like I was saying, the thing is, aside from the original 2002 DVD release, Beauty and the Beast had 2 Blu-ray releases, one in 2009 and one recently. The problem is that, and they even claim we have both the theatrical edition and the extended edition with Human Again. Here's the problem.
Boy, here we
Oh
go.
boy.
Let me
Hi,
check.
Aragog.
I forgot who voices him. I'm gonna check.
Some
Boy,
kind of
so
scary voice
Shiroi,
actor.
About
Bird.
those right. Well, as Shiroi was saying, about those Australian spiders.
That's not a
you ain't got-
spider.
Julian Glover. Let me check what he did.
Also, are these practical effects, Twibs?
Burped.
God dang it.
The Brits abandoned us, once like they always do.
Yeah, what is with that? Also, be quite honest, this scene
Roll
freaked
credits.
me out this scene freaked me out as a kid, I'm not gonna lie.
Anyway, the species of Aragog, I forgot where it comes from. It's either Africa or Arabia.
Either way, he's way too big
Yep.
and deadly. Yet he's not the monster.
Yeah.
It's a monster that even spiders are scared of, so you know it's gonna be messed
Aragog,
up.
you are not a monster. You are who you choose to be. Now choose.
Problem is that
I am
he's
Superman.
about what he chooses to be. Oh.
I wonder who we're talking about.
Poor Ron. Hey guys!
Well, shit.
Yes.
How sad is that this movie manages to get a better scene with spiders than The Hobbit Part 2?
Ugh. Aragog, you're a dick!
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, hey, if you're gonna do that, why not try and fight us yourself like you did in the video game?
Yo.
Yes, we can panic now. So, Dwibs, as I was asking, are these practical effects with the spiders?
CG.
Oh. Whew.
Don't
Also,
worry,
pro-
David, they're not really there.
Protect
Well-
the doggo.
Well, is Aragog's face a CGI? Because it kind of looked practical.
Yeah, it looked practical for the close-up.
The mini spiders.
Hallelujah, the car!
Yeah, because it's not like we saw the car earlier, kind of spoiling it a little bit.
Well, we didn't know the car was gonna help him either way.
Get the fuck in there, bozos.
Get it.
Come with me if you want to live.
Ah!
Also, apparently Eric could just learn that spell just by seeing it in action once.
Oh god, poor Ron.
So basically, Pedro the car is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sure, why not? Yeah, see, the thing is, Jova, even though the Blu-ray releases say that it has the theatrical edition, it's actually not. It's actually the extended edition, and then you can literally see it cut away cut straight to the next chapter. You can tell.
Wow, I mean, poor Ron.
Yeah, that's
that
a
too.
practical effect.
What,
Yeah, that's
what is Dwib scared of?
That's practical. Yeah. Actually, that's Joe. Actually, it's Joe, but that's scared.
Wait.
Long
Dwib's scared of
boobies.
spiders?
No, I'm not.
Spiders.
But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, poor Ron, though. I mean, for an arachnophobe being literally hugged by a spider that's trying to eat you.
Doggo is spewing saliva all over you.
He can spew saliva as much as he wants. But yeah, as I was saying, though, yeah, that practical effect, that must have been a creepy practical effect to have an actual spider there.
Must go faster.
So yeah, sure, like you were saying, about those deadly spiders, how would you say they compare to Aragog and his family?
Which makes me wonder, I forgot if they mentioned it in Order of the Phoenix or in our movies, how the fuck are the centaurs not managing to keep up with the spiders?
What do you mean keep up with the spiders?
Containing them.
Do the centaurs even care?
They probably should because we're invading their territory one by one, but bit by bit.
The Forbidden Forest is quite the mixture when you think about it.
Yeah, it's like a natural reserve.
It's also quite big. It's a shame you never get to explore it in the games at all.
Yeah. Well,
Explore the Forbidden Forest, you mean?
You do a bit in the PS1 version of Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah. But that's
Good
plus, it looks more friendly in that version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll never. I love how the dog is just going to the door like, yeah, I've had enough walking for today. No!
Get did.
Alright, I saved your asses once. I'm not doing it again. Leave me alone.
Everybody gets one.
You'll be back someday.
No, I won't.
Yeah, that's true. We never see that car again. It's referenced, but never seen again.
Mm-hmm.
At least now we know what to use whenever spiders attack. Cars.
So basically, the whole point of this scene was to explain the obvious, that Hagrid didn't open the chamber.
And the fact that the spiders are not the monsters.
Although they're still pretty dickish.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they did try and kill Harry and Ron.
Yeah, Aragog, what a dick. Hagrid has stuck his neck out for you, and you try to have his friends eaten.
Yeah, you're not exactly helping your own case here, mate.
Well, it's also kind of implied in Half-Blood Prince and then pretty much confirmed in Deathly Hallows the fact that Aragog, year by year, is losing control over his progeny.
And yet apparently they want to come out of the forest.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to.
But don't worry, Joe. I'm sure Aragog will continue to live a long, peaceful life.
Which makes me wonder, actually, how did Aragog start reproducing?
Moving on.
Oh,
Also,
now we're explaining. Now we're discovering about the basilisk.
You know, it's weird. The basilisk is supposed to be the thing worse than spiders, but honestly, if I had something that could keep giant spiders off me, I would love that.
Well, the price to pay is to be killed just by looking at it, or getting turned to stone in the best case scenario.
True, unless apparently you're a pureblood. Or just not muggle-born. Directly.
Yeah, yeah. Remember, they were looking at through stuff either through mirrors, cameras, or they're a ghost,
Or the water.
Well, we never see John Cleese again after this film, so...
Oh, that's kind of sad in hindsight. Yeah, again, that's one thing I don't get about these movies. Like, you know, okay, I get cutting out certain scenes, but then they just cut out some characters completely, and it kind of feels unnecessary. Again, this is partially why this is my favorite of the films, whether it's the theatrical cut or the director's cut.
It's also the fact, Jova, that if I had to be blunt, the more the books themselves progress, the more the story starts to derail at least a bit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like heck, in the final book, we don't even really spend most of it at Hogwarts.
Yeah. Well, I get what they want to do. I mean, they need to go to the hunt for the Horcruxes and shit. But
that's kind of why I don't really mind the fifth film as much as some of us do. I mean, yeah, I know they cut out some stuff, but that book was already long as it was.
Yeah,
and I don't want to have to put up with whiny Harry for nearly 3 hours.
Yeah,
or to Umbridge.
Yeah, I will agree that, in regards to cutting stuff out, the fifth movie had the best idea. I mean, heck, I'm usually sore about them cutting out Quidditch stuff, but I'm not even mad about that because Harry pretty much gets booted off the Quidditch team thanks to...
Well, shit, someone has been taken prisoners into a chamber.
Well, fuck.
Yes.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Down.
I'm actually with Snape on this. You're such a great hero. Time to prove your worth.
Yes.
Even McGonagall's on this with him.
Well, maybe she just got pissed by all this. She got annoyed by all this behavior.
I wonder how they all figured this out.
Well, to be fair, pretty much everyone on staff hates Lockhart.
Well, yeah, he's a smug prick, so...
Now
it's personal.
Yeah, in a world where wizards and magical creatures exist, the mob wanted in, and they took his best friend's sister, and now it's personal.
Yeah.
Harry Potter now is packing heat.
Man.
And Ron is too.
I love how even Snape seemed a bit disturbed by that. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Packing for your trip?
Yes, I'm going into the chamber. I need to take all my luggage with me.
Sister.
You know, is it sad that I have to try and pick between him and Quirrell on which is the worst defense against the Dark Arts teacher? Like, Quirrell should by default be the worst defense against the Dark Arts teacher since he was literally trying to kill a student. Yet, Lockhart might have killed Harry on complete accident.
Yeah, surprise, Lockhart's a phony.
Surprised he confesses it out of sudden. Oh, wait, I think I know why.
So there you go. He's actually a phony, but with a talent for memory spells.
Yep.
Oops. Put down your wand. You have 20 seconds to comply.
Meanwhile, back to the 37-year-old, 15-year-old.
Please don't hit on me. It's,
personal.
It's complicated.
Yeah. How I died? Someone pointed a gun at me and went bang.
How cliche.
Ah, no, next, no, this is Harry Potter. Distraught!
Jesus.
And it left me bipolar.
And I died too. I don't know what was worse, dying or becoming bipolar. It's it's creepy. But hey, at least I can haunt the people who did this to me.
Yeah,
True.
How's that been going for you so far? Do you even know who did that to you?
Don't worry, I'll leave it to you guys to figure out.
All right.
Yeah, no wonder no one's come into the bathroom. The taps are shit.
So Daniel Radcliffe is talking to a sink faucet.
Well, Myrtle is the reason that people don't come into this bathroom, so...
Well, Joe, to be fair, it's better than being a farting corpse.
Farting corpse.
There was the movie where Daniel Radcliffe plays a corpse who farts.
That sounds like Weekend at Bernie's. Only not as funny.
I haven't seen that film myself, to be fair, but
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe talking to a sing. Pedro, would you say it beats Mark Wahlberg talking to a plant?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Also, I know, John, you're excited, but this is not Raiders of the Lost Ark.
remember, this is a bit from the first movie, so you should be saying William more, to be honest.
It is?
Yeah.
Also, he did say John, so John Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Or remember, he wasn't available to do most of the stuff he originally does.
Don't even think about it, Lockhart.
Nope, you're not leaving.
In fact, you can go
Oh,
first.
no, there isn't. Oh, yes, there is.
Well, time to go old tally-ho and look out below. Yeah, you deserve that.
This is Sparta!
You know, wouldn't it have been awkward if actually there wasn't a soft landing and that killed him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Really
love his
quiet,
bit.
Hmm?
Okay.
See you in the
Okay.
next life, Potter.
Okay, that was actually a nice thing they added for this cut.
Actually, no.
that's in the movie, Jova.
Yeah, I remember that.
God dang it, it's been a while since I've seen the original cut.
And also, it's I don't know if it's great or sad that I actually remember all this stuff.
Also, cue that song for Futurama where Fry goes like, "My ass is blistered from the slide."
Well, Dwebs,
Yeah.
you've seen. I'm pretty sure you've seen this movie like a bajillion times. So
Yes, I have.
Have you seen the director's cut before?
No.
this is his first time. Because remember, it's American exclusive.
How?
Yeah. I tell you what, guys. Next time when we do Prisoner of Azkaban, can we have it just be the theatrical version? I think there's an
Yes.
extended cut of that anyway.
I don't think
Can you
there's even a
imagine
director's
if,
cut.
Can you imagine if the director's cut of Order of the Phoenix was 1-to-1 to the book? We'd be here for a day.
Yeah, and also if Harry was as whiny as the book,
Also, Ron just weird.
I'd have called Order of the Phoenix the worst Harry Potter film.
I mean, granted, Harry does have reasons to whine, but the extent that he whines is the problem.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean, his life's pretty shit. But
that's a good point,
Come
actually.
on.
Are there director's cuts of the other Harry Potter movies? I think it's just the first two.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Alfonso Cuarón or Mike Newell or David Yates ever do directors.
When did you turn into a murderer all of a sudden?
Oh, no. He's
not a
gonna kill
murderer.
him.
He's going
just
to
gonna
have
mime
their
with them
memories.
and say
Yeah.
that the sight of Ginny's dead body drove them mad. Although he was using Ron's wand, so
Yeah. I love Kenneth Branagh's reaction when the one back with the spot
Are you
back
sure?
apart with him.
Are you sure this guy's credentials were not faked?
Pedro, we literally
were-
just had a scene where
they
he
were
admitted that
faked.
they were faked.
Yeah. Never mind. I was busy checking the chat.
You weren't paying attention, were you? Come here, Pedro, so I can slap you. Harry!
I'm also a bit tired because this has been going on for a while.
Well, it's a long film, to be fair.
we're near in the end.
I love this bit.
I'm honestly considering this when we do those extended editions of Lord of the Rings. I really propose we take breaks, because that's so. Ugh.
Well, funny enough, the DVD versions take breaks, so
Isn't there an extended version of that Avatar movie?
Yes, it is. We actually watched it, if I remember correctly. It's like 3 hours and a half.
That's the thing, Shiro. The extended cut is the default DVD version.
I thought the movie was like 3 hours on its own.
but
It is 3 hours, but extended it's 3 hours and a half.
But funnily enough, though, the Blu-ray I had wasn't the extended version.
It's because it's exclusive to the free disc edition.
Nah, never mind.
It's
It's not like we're going to watch that movie again anyway.
not just that, but like
Except for maybe a Squirm Generations.
not just that, but the last thing that shitty movie needs is more runtime.
There we go. Open
Hello?
sesame.
Don't you mean open sesame?
What is up with this section's obsession with snakes?
Well, it was made by Salazar Slytherin. Dude,
Phallic symbol, phallic symbol, phallic symbol.
Phallic symbols.
It's a line from.
Snakes aren't even cool. Snakes aren't even cool pets. I mean, they're cool too.
Bible reference, Pedro, the temptator, the instigator of evil, all that shit.
Besides, snakes are often the source of evil in other cases, but I will admit, snakes on some occasion can be cool pets.
Yeah,
My
I don't know.
my mom's sister used to have a boa constrictor.
I once held a snake, and okay, there it is, and eventually okay, that's it. Okay, that's all it does. It just slowly slithers, and
that's because you saw one of the more harmless snakes.
Well, why would I want to have a dangerous snake as a pet?
I gotta say, I love this set.
I guess it would make an interesting guard pet. Like my mom used, my mom's.
What did you mean by that, Dweebs?
The set for the Chamber of Secrets, but it's a bit odd that when they revisit it in Deathly Hallows Part 2, it lost its green.
They did a paint job on it. It was looking a bit too.
Right. I almost forgot that they included that scene. Yeah, that was weird, actually. For some reason, they actually show a scene of Ron and Hermione in the Chamber of Secrets, even though that was just told to us in the book, as opposed to showing a scene of them there.
Well, again, this is a movie, so you should show, not tell.
No. What I mean is, like, well, it was weird. I mean, it's such a quick thing that I wasn't even expecting them to dedicate a scene to it, but, oh, there you go. And again, I guess it was to help profess a certain...
I'm afraid they cannot do that, Harry.
I'm afraid I cannot do that. So basically, Tom Riddle's HAL 9000.
So
I don't know. I don't know, Dwayne. It doesn't sound robotic enough.
So what a shock! It wasn't the Slytherin who did all this.
Also, these wide-angle images. Implied pedophilia.
What?
I think he means he hypnotized her too. Come on, geez. Save those remarks for Fervent Seraph.
Or if we ever do a dramatized film about a paedophile or something, I don't know.
So I decided to show you my capture of that brainless oaf to gain your trust. Hagrid's my friend.
So what?
As is typical, Brits are evil.
But Harry's a Brit too, and he's not evil.
Yes,
the only thing this guy's missing is a pair of mustaches.
You see, Dwibs, Harry has the more heroic kind of British accent.
Yeah.
And yet they made him an evil Brit in Now You See Me Too, alongside Michael Caine, which I would admit was deliciously hammy.
Oh, okay.
A book has had its eyes on you, Harry. You may want to watch out. In the Care Bears movie, that was not a good thing. Oh my god, and now I'm imagining her crossover.
Oh, please. Snape's better.
Crossover between Harry Potter and the Care Bears.
He's such a Voldemort fanboy.
I know, right? Let's see, Tom.
There you go. Time to put inspiration for Kingdom Hearts 2.
Tom Avallo. Okay, was this? I take it here. This was the bit that got altered in the Italian version.
Exactly. It rearranged. It just spells the same thing, but in the Italian meaning. Io sono Lord Voldemort.
You know, I'd love to imagine Tom Riddle thinking, "Okay, I need a cool, dark new name." Hey, you know, when I rearrange my full name, it conveniently can spell out, I am Lord Voldemort.
Jova, it could have been worse. He could have called himself Taserface.
Yeah.
Taserface. I don't remember she from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Wait, hold on, but there's only
Alright.
one problem. There's no C in his name.
Details.
So Tom, what was your second choice? Scrotum whack?
Hey, that would have been perfect. He would have had to turn the M upside down.
I am the heir of Slytherin. I am the heir to the noble Salazar Slytherin.
I can just
My name is Scrotum Face.
I can just
Also, I
imagine him screwing the letters, and then it says "I am Taserface," and then Harry's like,
Also, I've got to say,
"Hey, don't laugh, okay?"
I didn't have much choice either.
Well, that bird's helpful, but the hat's another story. Also,
you'd think he might know what the hat means.
Oh boy, here we go.
well, remember, Shiroi, only certain people can get from what's within the hat.
Yeah, but he must have an inkling. I mean, he's not dumb.
Apparently he never knew about what... Now, go figure.
Also, there's a game on the DVD extra that involves the Chamber of Secrets, and like every way seemed to be the wrong way out.
Yeah, I remember that too. It was a DVD extra. You get to tour the Chamber of Secrets if you beat a game on the DVD special features disc.
Unfortunately, only Voldemort can control it.
It's okay, Harry. Just appeal to its ego, and it will just turn into a genie.
Sorry.
I miss crappy DVD games.
Unfortunately, it only listens to the air. But hang on,
Face it,
Phoenix.
what's the name of this snake?
The Basilisk.
Face it, Basilisk. The genie is more powerful than you.
There you go. Blinded by justice.
Ha 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 ha, Phoenix.
No.
Huh. So
Gotta love how this guy sounds like a petty bitch every time he's like.
I have to wonder.
Well, Theo, that's kind of what Voldemort is when you get right down to it.
I have to wonder. Is there like only one basilisk in this entire universe?
No, Jova, but as the encyclopedia tells, their breeding cycle is extremely slow.
Oh, I get that. It's just like, well, you'd think. Oh, a rat. Ha ha ha. It's like, well, you'd think that the school would have at least had something prepped for a basilisk, rare as they may be. They're supposedly the super smartest, safest wizarding location.
That's probably because also because basilisks were not common in this part in this time.
Yeah,
Also,
regardless.
they didn't realize the snake was there. It was hidden under the school.
I get that, but regardless, you think that they would have, recognized the symptoms of the
Also,
petrification.
you're lucky that rock was there.
Yeah, it's kind of like with episode 6 against the Rancor.
Again, my point is like, well, if Hogwarts is such a super smart, secret, prepared locale, why didn't they have at least, something to let them know, hey, maybe this is a basilisk that we're dealing with?
I have a question. I get that it hurt the rock, but couldn't it still smell him?
Apparently it relies on hearing, according to Tom.
Stupid snake.
Yeah.
Well, it's blind, remember, so...
Well, I know this, but
they still should be able to.
what about
smell.
what about sense of smell, Dwebs? That exists too.
I guess
My guess is that due to the humidity, things get different.
Yeah.
Yes, we get it. You're a Saturday morning cartoon
Look,
villain.
Tom, do you really want to live in the body of a 10-year-old girl?
Well, no.
No, he's draining Ginny's life force.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
That's a very persistent mother trucker.
And there you go. Surprisingly enough, the climax of this movie is not used with a wand, but with an actual sword. That caught me by surprise.
Welcome to King Potter.
Yeah, I'll admit this is also part of why this is my favorite movie. The way the climax is done, like, a sword of all things is something that is so out there, yet is something that could still work in this universe.
Okay. If I know my cartoon logic, we're supposed to direct the snake in a specific pattern so that it ties a knot with itself.
Yeah,
You're not playing the
that's gonna
video
work.
game, Pedro.
This is not a Disney movie, Pedro.
Besides, his skin is too slippery.
Not just Disney. Plenty of cartoons did that joke.
Mm-hmm.
A
Well, I
top
remember
ahead.
it was part of a montage in the Tarzan movie.
Which
Eh.
Tarzan movie?
Plenty of cartoons did that before that movie, honestly.
Disney animated one.
Oh boy.
I thought you were about Warner Brothers for a second.
No.
Uh-oh.
Swing and miss.
Yeah, Harry, you're not.
A swordsman.
Yeah.
Well, he's never used a sword in his life, so...
Yeah. Ow.
Look at Harry there at the sword.
Well-
Like he's so proud of it. Wow, fuck.
Well, that would have happened no matter what, so... He got
I'm
off
taking
lightly.
this. I'm taking the snake. I'm taking your snake with me, Voldemort. No, I didn't mean it
Also,
like
like-
that.
Yeah, also, it's like, I really like how overdramatic that snake
Yeah.
is being in those last few seconds.
Just die.
It's like, you know in B-movie when that guy pretends he's been stung?
You know, Tom, you probably should have thought this through.
Well, to be fair, I don't think he expected the sword to materialize. Again, we later learn why about that later. However, unfortunately, Harry is
It was
being
love.
killed by the venom.
Oh, it's simple, Jova. It was love.
What?
First movie, Java.
Oh, that. You know, I had to wonder how awkward would it have been if the diaries plan here actually succeeded. Like, would there have been 2 Voldemorts then?
This gives Harry an idea.
Not that the whole power of love thing cannot be done right. Pandora's box did that right.
Oh boy, here we go. Yeah,
Let's
Tom,
say-
you could have reacted a little faster there.
Yeah.
You know, Tom, you really, really suck at this.
Also, this book is bleeding ink, I think.
Well, give me credit. How was I supposed to expect that he would be able to pull a sword out and that Fang would actually be able to kill this? But you don't even
Well-
know what this will be until about 4
But
books
Tom,
later.
you could have picked a stronger material to store yourself in a book. May as well have just stored yourself in a single sheet of A4 paper while you were at it.
Okay, now, to his credit...
It's like the death of the villain in the Casper movie.
Right.
To his credit, he's dead.
Yeah. To his credit, where he originally left this diary was someplace much safer. Let's just say that someone else kind of put the diary in harm's way. But we won't find that out till later. But yeah, again, I have to wonder if that Tom's plan had succeeded, wouldn't that have meant that there'd be 2 Voldemorts in the same world?
Well, I guess, but that would mean better control. I guess.
Oh god, then I just realized then Voldemort would have been this world's Xehanort.
Pretty much. I mean, think about it, Jova. The plot almost also resembles the one of Kingdom Hearts. The fact that the villain tries to come back every single time.
Phoenix Ex Machina.
Ivanos Mucci.
I'm sorry.
Now is not the time.
Not really, there's because this is actually part of Phoenix mythology.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
Harry. I just
One
feel a
dying.
little
Still,
tearful.
it still works better than in the Pokemon movie.
It's the two things about Phoenixes is that they rise from the ashes and their tears can heal anything.
Oh no, I get that. It's just the bit where Foxy is death. Or near death. You're welcome.
Yes, it's just a memory. Little did he know that was foreshadowing something.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, this piece.
His mind will never be the same again.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he actually ends up in the psychiatric hospital. If I recall.
Bless him.
And Dumbledore's back.
Not really, he's
know-
a douche.
It was kind of a shame we never got to see a small cameo from him in the 5th film because Lord knows the 5th film needed some of that nice comical stuff.
Oh, remember when I mentioned the ad-libbing earlier?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, later on in this scene, we actually get to see Jason Isaacs and Daniel Radcliffe ad-lib.
Alright.
Basically, I'll explain it now. But when Lucius gets verbally smacked down, Jason Isaacs felt that Malfoy's the kind of person who would try to say something afterwards to try and save face. So he came up with the whole what he's going to say later on the fly, and Radcliffe reacted to that.
So basically, because of Ron and Harry's actions, normally they would have been expelled, but instead
They get special awards.
Because he's Dumbledore.
And of course, this probably means that Gryffindor will win the cup again.
You know, Dumbledore, this is exactly why this kind of shit happens. You should punish your students more often.
To be fair, if they didn't do it, the school would have been screwed.
And people would have probably died.
Yeah. Honestly, the real problem at hand is when the Ministry of Magic is just too pig-headed to listen to reason.
Oh, don't worry, Harry. We're just 5 books before the reveal.
Not just that.
Should we tell him, guys?
No, it's like what Pedro mentioned. Don't worry, it's just love.
Love.
I forgot. When did they reveal that it was just love that protected
at the
him?
very end of the first story.
Basically, Harry somehow was able to hold the stone and not be harmed, and Dumbledore's fear is that it's the power of the love of his parents that protected him.
Even though it's a completely bullshit cop-out, but...
Apparently, love was the reason that Voldemort was...
early installed in weirdness, I guess.
Even Ni no Kuni did that at one point.
Although, don't they kind of just stick with that for how Harry's mother was able to protect him against the killing curse as well?
Actually, no, if I recall correctly.
Actually, you know what?
His mother puts up the barrier across him, and then that causes it to rebound on Voldemort.
You know, we should have had a moment of Tom going, "Where's your mother's love now, Potter?"
Avada Kedavra!
Why are you doing this, Tom? Because unlike you, my mommy never hugged me enough.
You gotta take a look at this cliche.
But don't touch the blood, it's a bit,
God,
You're taking the sword by the edge! Are you fucking kidding me?
Don't do the thing, guys.
You're cutting yourself by taking the sword with like that. Jesus Christ.
It's alright, I'm a bit cut
Chris,
up anyway.
Oh, hi,
Chris,
Dubby.
Chris, you directed the young Sherlock Holmes. Come on, you know how to do this thing.
So it turns out Lucius Malfoy is Dobby's house.
Dun, dun, dun.
So Dobby was basically trying to prevent Harry from coming to Hogwarts.
Which is why Dobby is so fearful.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yes, ridiculous.
Most unorthodox.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
How dare he?
Right.
How very dare you.
You can tell by the way that I just moved into the shadows like that I care nothing more than for the well-being of everyone.
And don't I sound so convincing?
Yeah, about the culprit. The culprit was kind of your old boss, Lucius.
Yes. It was.
I love
some...
this. I love this reaction.
Who was it?
Voldemort.
Oops.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. He's so happy.
Oh, hey, that book looks familiar.
Yeah,
remember earlier when Lucius gave Ginny a book?
Yeah.
Yes, his old school thing.
About that.
Really severe. Oh, it is the ad lib.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So yeah, Daniel Radcliffe to come up. I think he came up with that on the cuff, but I think he did pretty all right.
Yeah, that's so cool sounding. Also, this is all incredibly harsh in hindsight.
Yes. Jesus.
Yeah.
Jerk.
Jackass.
Yeah.
Even Folks isn't happy. I almost called him Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
sure.
yeah.
You can have the Dangerous School book. It's fine.
And
Well,
now
it's okay. There's
and now
nothing
coming up
living in
is
it now.
coming up is a bit of LA noir. Yeah, this bit feels a bit like LA noir.
Yeah.
Hell! In the YouTube pooper saw of this, they actually did a bit of it LA noir on top of this.
Present evidence. Present the badge, Harry. Present the
Speaking of
badge.
presenting evidence.
Would the equivalent to his badge be his wand?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loopholes.
Oh yeah, and coming up in a bit is another ad lib from Isaacs, which I'll explain after he does it.
I like this. This is like just a giant fuck you from Harry.
Of course, he keeps his wand and his cane.
Actually, you lost your servant.
Yeah, here he comes. What's what spell he tries to do?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well.
Just gonna kill him
Yep.
in Hogwarts in front of Dumbledore's office.
And only because he lost a house also.
So yeah, apparently Jason Isaacs he read ahead in the series a little bit, and he had to try and come up with something, so he tried Avada. The problem is that kind of makes Lucius come off as a bit stupid.
You know the weird thing is that...
Yeah, I'll kill Harry in front of Dumbledore's office. I'm sure there'll be no consequences there.
You know the weird thing is that at this point, we don't even know quite the specific name of the killing curse.
We only know that in the fourth book.
So that makes me wonder, did Jason Isaacs just read the books or something?
Yeah. He also apparently... Yeah, Jason Isaacs spoiled it. Thank you very much.
Never try to save.
Oh wait, never mind. There's Sir Cornelius Headless Nick.
Yeah. Hi, John Cleese. We won't see you again.
I forget. Do we see him in the scene in the original cut?
No.
Oh, okay. So that's one improvement of the director's cut.
Well, no. I think he's seen here, but I meant like in any other movie.
Oh, I was talking.
Look at that.
This cut.
Even Mr. Quilch's cat came back.
I have a question though.
Yay.
What?
If Dobby is powerful enough to do that, why does he even serve people to begin with?
It's the law.
Yeah.
It's the
part of
it's the
part
rules.
Part of the contract that his race is bound to have with humans.
Also, hey guys, foreshadowing.
I am so looking forward to commentating on the later ones.
The sixth one, Joe? I am too.
Let's start with 4.
4, I'm mainly okay with, but I'll admit 4 is where the movies started to get weird. Although starting with 3, we barely see them in the robes compared to just casual clothes when you think about it.
They decided to be basically when Dumbledore changed his form to an Irish guy, he decided to be more lax with the uniforms.
Yay!
Yes.
Hermione's face after this announcement.
Yay! All exams are cancelled. Oh, poor Hermione. She
You
was
know what
getting
you know what this means? Students of the 7th year actually get a free pass.
Oh God!
Woohoo! I'm a free graduate. I'm a go now and do my wizarding thing.
Oh, and by the way, 7th years don't count.
Hagrid.
Yay! Oh yeah, there was this funny bit in the YouTube poop where Ron where the poop remembered Ron saying, "If Hagrid ever gets out of Azkaban, I'll kill him," and he shoots Hagrid dead.
Boy.
Yeah, Ron's owl.
Yeah, that owl.
Thanks, Ron. Your owl got Hagrid's release from that god awful prison delayed.
When is that owl going to just give up?
Well, we don't see him again, so
Oh God! So we assume it died.
yeah, probably like tried to fly back but got lost and got sucked into a jet engine.
Well,
or something.
owls have a medium short life cycle anyway, so I think 20 years or something.
Plus,
Yeah,
I think
but-
Errol was a family bird, so he's probably quite old.
Yeah. I gotta say though, that their owls might not last long, but that rat of his is trooper in it.
You know, yeah, that's really strange, isn't it? I'm pretty
know,
sure.
right?
Strange.
Like most rats would be dead by now.
Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing.
Anyway, I gotta say,
Maybe
I
he's
love.
just well looked after.
Also, I love
Yeah.
how over the top happy this ending is. It's like, yeah, these
Yeah.
characters have been through hell and back. They deserve a
Also,
happy ending.
yeah. Also, another thing, John. Cherish this until when it lasts.
I know, right? I cherish it. I'll be
Also-
missing this in the 5th movie.
Also, I understand what Sheer and Dweebs were saying before because those roast chicken on the table were really inviting.
No, don't.
He was gonna stand up because the map was like, "Sit down."
Yeah, cherish the happy colorfulness. Oh, and Colin's okay.
Although, to be fair, I guess it can be similar to what Star Wars did with the positive ending of episode 4 before what episode 5 ended up like.
Let's just say, though, episode 5 still kept the colorful tone in some ways.
Yay! Hagrid was the true hero of the story.
You know, it's kind of a shame that he can't retake the course.
Well,
now that
that's
it's
the thing,
finally been proven that he was not the one who opened
Yeah,
the
no,
chamber.
actually, no. This clears that. Also clears his record pretty much.
Also, yeah. Well done, students. Oh, by the way, when you come back, the school might look a bit different. Hagrid's house will now be below a mountain for some reason. The grounds will look a bit different, and it will actually look more like Scotland this time. But don't worry, it'll be fine.
Oh, and the Forbidden Forest may seem a bit less thick on the outer edges.
Yeah,
But apart from that, you know,
yeah. A
Whatever.
Mexican guy came in and redid everything.
So that was Harry Potter 2, Chamber of Secrets. What a glorious, glorious movie.
Mhm.
It's not my favorite, but I still enjoy it.
I guess I'll go first. Yes, this movie, by and of itself, is a classic. Do you need to see the director's cut? No, but honestly, for me, I do like the director's cut. I mean, yeah, I'll admit it does seem a bit redundant, but I do like some of the scenes it adds. Either way, though, whether you're watching the theatrical cut or the director's cut, it's a fun time. The comedy is mixed just the right with the seriousness. The effects are pretty well dang good, even for the time that they've aged over. The story is compelling. The characters are all well-rounded and varied, as per usual of this franchise. And yeah, the sets do look nice,
Colorful.
Yeah, I
Joe
guess
was-
this.
Joe
I
was
guess it.
cut
a pretty dang good time. What?
you cut out.
You cut out for a second. You were saying about colorful.
Yes, it's a nice, colorful, saturated set. So I do like the looks of this film as well. And yeah, again, it matches just the tone. The casting is top-notch again, as is the writing. So yeah, it's definitely a dang good time that you can enjoy with the whole family.
Mm-hmm.
Provided they're not scared of spiders.
I'm gonna go next because I'm gonna be extremely quick because it's exactly the same what Jovad said. To me, this is actually my favorite for multiple reasons. This is just what I think Harry Potter is like, at least for these first couple of years. These fantasy tale that, yeah, sure, it has a lot of inconsistencies and problems with its lore and everything, but at the end of the day, who cares? I mean,
know, right?
to me, it's still enjoyable enough for me to I will still gonna look at these things when they're presented, but not in the same severe way when I will do on other medias. And these first couple of movies in particular punctuate this and help establish the franchise. Much like we just said, I'm not recommending also watching the extended cut because, yeah, I'm usually down for. I'm not bothered with movies that like last 3-4 hours long. I'm used to them at this point, but I can understand why people can get annoyed by seeing that just don't add that much in this case. So do yourself a favor, watch this movie with your family if you haven't yet. Well, start with the first one, obviously. And also read the fucking books.
Yes.
That's good
the
for your
books are
shit.
great.
No, but even in general, always track better. Always track the original media for a good change.
Or at least if you're not able to read the books for whatever reason, the audiobooks are really good.
Oh, Jim Dale is wonderful with those voices.
Don't you mean Stephen Fry?
No, Jim Dale. What are you talking about? Who's
Is that-
Stephen Fry?
You don't.
What?
Don't know who's I should hit you for that. You know.
No, seriously. I mean, I remember Jim Dale being the one who reads the audiobooks.
Does it change between Europe and America?
Yes.
It probably does, but the fact that you don't know who Stephen Fry is still offends me.
I mean, isn't Jim Dale British anyway?
You know what? Let's just move on.
I'm gonna just finish quickly. But
sorry.
Really enjoyable. Also, all the actors are really fun. Well, maybe Tom Riddle's one was a bit too stiffy, but not that much. And so definitely my favorite franchise, at least for now. Maybe one of the future Fantastic Beasts movie will dethrone this. Go ahead. Who's next?
I'll go next. Well, I did give a little bit. I'll go a bit more in depth here. Again, it's not my favourite film, and yes, this version doesn't really add a whole, if anything at all, really. But the theatrical version, I enjoy this one. It's another more simple take on the books. But I can see why Columbus didn't come back. Well, he did produce the next film. But in terms of directing capacity, I can understand why he didn't come back, because, well, making 2 of these films on the bounce is exhausting, and also is to prevent the series from feeling a bit samey, and also that film was tackling more darker and more mature subject matters. And I'm not sure if Chris Columbus has done that kind of stuff before, but I think Alfonso Cuarón handled that pretty well in the 3rd film. So good film. Although I wish there was more original music, though. I mean, I get Williams was busy, but surely someone could have made a new theme somewhere.
Ironically for me, this actually kind of makes this my favorite, one of my favorites of the soundtracks, how it mixes the original with the new stuff. I mean, to be fair, isn't the theme pretty much always the same across the film franchise?
What Wims means is he doesn't like the fact that they literally copy-pasted tracks from the first movie.
Yeah, that's my biggest issue. That's why I like the 3rd film score so much. Hell, Williams in some cases even came up with new themes for stuff, like new Quidditch theme.
Yeah, that was nice. I see what you mean.
Yeah, also, Seri, is Seri a Welsh name?
I couldn't read the spelling.
C-E-R-I. Department of Education?
I don't think so. What?
Department of Education.
Department of Education.
What does that have to do with this?
Yeah, it's just I just saw something in the credits. I like this. I don't like it as much as the next one, but yeah,
you like it better than the 5th and 6th, I'm guessing.
I don't mind the 5th. It's just the 6th one. Anyway, that's me done. Who's next?
Shirai?
Okay. Well, this is my second favorite of the movies, anyway. A lot more on the humorous side compared to the rest of them, and Like, I'm fine with the music as it is, because it's still good music, even if it is, just literally copy and pasted from the first movie. But I get that why that can annoy some people. Well, not annoy, but, be a little bit irritating.
Distracting.
To some. Yeah. But no, I mean, all in all, this is just a really good movie. As even though cutting out things from books to film is a must with any adaptation, it's still a good standalone movie, even if you don't read the books. But like Tio said, you should read the books or listen to the audiobooks anyway. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, the stuff that they cut out from the director's cut to the cinema release was stuff that was necessary to cut out, and yeah, they did good with this one.
Who's next?
Well, there's only me left now.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
What?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's yeah, like everybody said, it's a great movie, and I really love. I love the look of it. I love the score. I love this. Pretty much. I love how it really is a very character-driven story, and it does a really good job in making us care for the characters with really good writing. Like everybody else has said, I don't particularly care much for this extended version. Honestly, I'll stick with my theatrical cut from this point on. I'm not really. I don't know. It's a bit too long, and without the need to, as everybody's pointing out by this point. So I'll stick with my theatrical cut. But aside from that, great movie.
So I guess this means if we ever do a Squirm Generations of this, it'll likely be with the theatrical cut.
There's no need.
Yes.
The five of us are here.
Scene.
We're all here, Joe.
A post-credit scene.
Oh, there's a post-credit scene. Nice.
Yes, it's him in the mental asylum thing.
Who am I, Gilderoy Lockhart? Yeah, he managed to write a
This is,
book while in
And
prison.
now Nick Fury will actually ask him to join the Avengers.
This is one scene I had actually seen. So
Yeah. So, that was the entirety of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I hope you enjoyed our commentary. And join us next time when we'll look at my personal favourite film in the series, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yay.
Yep.
See ya.
It'll
See
be
ya.
nice to see why. All right.